94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It's a great Tuesday to be alive on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust alongside Packer backer Kyle Wallace, the brains of the operation Brad Nortman, and Dumbbrain Strofe producing the Dumbbrain Ben, who can't say words right now. Dumbbrain Alex Strofe running the show. We love him though, and we love you, KBN Nation. Get us on the ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line at 800-990-3776. On YouTube at ESPN Madison and at ESPN Milwaukee. Jared Goff, $53 million a year annually. Someone got mad at me because saying $53 million a year annually. Is that saying the same thing twice?
It's like when you say 2 a.m. in the morning.
Oh.
A lot of people say that.
ATM machine.
Oh,
machine's part of the M. What it automatic teller machine?
I actually don't know what ATM stands for.
It is. I think it's automated teller machine.
Automated?
Something like that. ATMs are,
Acronyms we don't know. 800-990-3776.
Next week, Tuesday, instead of next Tuesday.
So that's actually an interesting one. It's this Saturday, right? Sometimes I'll say next Saturday because next Saturday is this coming Saturday. It's the next Saturday in line.
That is confusing, actually.
This upcoming Saturday.
This Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday. If you say next Saturday, say, oh, wait, you mean, so the next Saturday? So the Saturday leading up to Labor Day? Or, Memorial Day?
But the next Saturday is actually on Saturday.
If I were to say to you guys, hey, let's hang out next Saturday, what would you think? You think I'm talking about 4 days away? Or like...
I just said I would think next Saturday. I would think not this coming Saturday, but the Saturday after.
Yeah, I probably would agree. But technically, the next Saturday is the next Saturday 4 days away. It's very, very wise.
I know, very wise I am. And hopefully very wise the Green Bay Packers will be by trying to expedite Jordan Love to a contract before the QB market continues to drive itself up and up and up and up. We put up a poll yesterday on Twitter at KBN ESPN. Alex Strofe did a great job doing that. Asking KBN Nation, right? Do you think Jordan Love should get more than Goff or less than Goff? What was that? Did I hear something?
I don't know what that was.
Definitely
it sounded like a
you
growl.
I definitely heard somebody clear their throat.
Did you play something on accident or on purpose?
No, that was me. I just didn't turn my mic off.
Oh, so you were grunting? What were you grunting about?
I was clearing my throat.
Oh, I thought you were mad about
I need
something.
to do that?
No, it was so far away from the microphone. But on Twitter at KBN ESPN, it was interesting to see the results because this was shocking to me because the state of Green Bay is bullish about Jordan Love, right? If you ask 9 out of 10 people, I'd say 9 believe in Jordan Love, and you're going to find one that thinks, well, I didn't see enough. I saw an 8-game sample size. I still have my worries, and they're going to make up something about his long, deep pass accuracy, the consistency, this, that, or the other thing. But 9 out of 10, is that fair in my assumption? Are you guys with me on like the bullishness of Jordan Love?
I would say maybe 9 out of 10 is too much. Maybe 8 out of 10,
sure.
But the 2... don't think he's a scrub. I think the 2 are just, I'd like to see more. I'd like to see him accomplish more. Now, the Packers have structured this all that they don't have that luxury. They have to make this decision in due time.
Well, I guess being bullish on him and paying money is different things because with Lions paying Goff $53 million a year, do you think the Packers should pay Jordan Love more? 45% said that he should get more than $53 million annually. No, that's too much money was the majority. So I genuinely, whether you are bullish on Jordan Love or not, if you're part of that 55% that thinks that's too much money, I want to know why. Is it because you don't believe in his potential? You don't believe the performance over 8 games was enough? You think that's too much money in general to pay a quarterback because you want to build other areas of your roster? I genuinely don't know why people don't want to extend him for what would be a little bit more than what Jared Goff is getting, which could end up being less than what others after him could be signing for. The Dak Prescotts, the Trevor Lawrences, the Tua Tagovailoas. So tell me why. 800-990-3776. 800-990-ESPN. Why do you not want to pay Jordan Love more than Jared Goff?
No, yeah, I don't understand why anybody wouldn't want to pay Jordan Love more than Jared Goff, because I'm going to tell you this right now. Those who don't know, Jared Goff didn't just get paid because he's this good quarterback. Jared Goff got paid because Jordan Love is in the NFC North. Caleb Williams, though, he was the first overall pick. He has potential to be a good quarterback. He's in the NFC North. A high investment was made in J.J. McCarthy with the Minnesota Vikings. He is coming to the NFC North. The Detroit Lions understand stability and consistency is the best thing that they have, and they have this window of opportunity where the Green Bay Packers are coming. What did Deion Sanders say? We coming? The Green Bay Packers are absolutely coming, and they recognize that. And the best way to allow them to compete and capitalize on this window of opportunity that they have is to have consistency at the quarterback position. The enemy you know is better than the enemy that you don't know. And in this case, Jared Goff is the guy that they know, and they want to stick with him. But you should be paying Jordan Love simply because of the fact that the Lions had to fork over all this money because they understand how talented Jordan Love is, and to give them.
So you're saying Goff got $53 million because of Jordan Love?
Because they know that this is not the moment. This is not the time to.
That's disrespectful to Jared Goff, who I think you're undervaluing what he's been able to do.
I'm not undervaluing Jared Goff, but what I'm saying is that they know Jared Goff ain't a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, but he's being paid as if he's the second best quarterback in the NFL. He's being paid because he's consistent and he gives them an opportunity to potentially win a championship. And they understand that this division is only getting better at the quarterback position, and having somebody at that QB position is something that is highly valuable. So though Jared Goff may not be a superstar like Love, may not have the superstar potential like a Caleb Williams, Jared Goff lets them be competitive, and that's what matters, is that you can compete and win championships, especially in a division that may 2 years from now be the best division in football when you come to quarterback play.
Yeah, Kyle, you're right with a couple things, because there's two truths when it comes to the NFL, particularly with quarterbacks. If you don't have a franchise quarterback, you keep swinging until your arms fall off until you find a franchise quarterback. That's why 6 quarterbacks were taken in the first 12 picks of this last year's NFL draft, because if you don't have one, you just keep on searching and keep on swinging until you actually find one. Then when you do have one, you keep him there for as long as you can, for as long as he can help you win. And then the other truth is you have to pay him like he's a franchise quarterback. There's nothing you might not like how the economics of the NFL is. However, this is how it works. Because of an increasing salary cap every year, quarterbacks are going to keep leapfrogging one another to be paid more and more and more because they're more and more valuable. So this is just how it goes.
800-990-3776. Daniel chimes in. Do I think he's worth that much? No. But this is what it is, and that's what the market is showing these days. I still want to know why you don't think he's worth that much. Like why? Like, what is it? What did you not see? You can say, I want to see a consistent 17 games, whether it be a little bit less than 20 touchdowns and 1 interception, maybe a full season where he doesn't have a 2-5 start and figuring out growing pains. I mean, there's still things I remember about the start of the season with Jordan Love, but it's not like there was missed snaps like he had against I think it was the New Orleans Saints, where he fumbled on a QB sneak,
That's
right?
Atlanta Falcons, wasn't it?
Falcons,
Yeah,
right?
Falcons. Game 2.
Damn NFC South teams that all have the same record at the end of the year. They all confuse me.
Yeah, true that.
But you get my point. Is like, at this point, tell me why he's not worth what he's going to be getting. Because it should, in my opinion, at this point, I fully believe that based off what he did, he should be getting more than Jared Goff. Because part of this is based off what your potential is, and part of this is based off your performance. And his performance showed his potential. Early on, and don't they say potential gets you fired? Not at the quarterback position, not if you showed, I think that was Jacob, if you show that you have the ability to be a franchise quarterback, you don't just be like, yeah, we should flirt with this. We should flirt with the idea of franchise tagging. We should flirt with the idea of lowballing him because you don't want to mess with that position.
You don't want to mess with that position. And when you look at Jordan Love, he's only 25. He's going to get better. The peak quarterback years occur somewhere between 28 and 32. That's when your athletic ability and your wisdom in the game peak. Now, Brady and kind of Rodgers, too, are shattering that idea. But when you look at the reasons why someone might be hesitant to sign Jordan Love, I can only think of a couple in comparison to Jared Goff, or at least paying Jared Goff money. I think there was a rebuttal to both. If you say Jordan Goff has done more, well, Jordan Love in his first year took this young team to the playoffs. Their stats are career-wise equivalent, give or take. So they're basically a very similar quarterback when it comes to statistically and what they've been able to do with a team. If you look at and say, well, Jared Goff, throw out those early years with the Rams, he's been a really good quarterback of late. I could say the same thing about Jordan Love. His end of the season was as good as any quarterback in the entire NFL. So let
me pose a simple question here. Do you think the Lions can win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff?
I do. I do, actually.
Do you think Jordan Love can win a Super Bowl with the Green Bay Packers?
I do.
Then that's your answer. If you believe that those two are that's ultimately what we're looking at. Is if you think these quarterbacks are good enough to win your franchise a Super Bowl, you're going to pay them that amount of money, and you're going to be okay with it because. And again, the numbers that we throw out, 53, 54, salary cap going up. Sure, it is a little bit confusing, probably to the average person, of like what is the trend and where the cap just went up big time heading into this year, right?
Big time.
This is the guess what's going to happen next year?
Going to go up another.
Going to go up again.
The TV money keeps going up, and the people that want to wait, that say, well, hold on, we need to see him go through a full season before we can give him that kind of money. This time that you're trying to buy, it's not for free. By waiting longer, that price tag goes up. When we talked about the Yodely game and when we figured what would Jordan Love's contract be in November.
Yodely. Stop! $43 million.
Yeah, we were something like $43 million. There's no chance it's $43 million. We're talking about $10 million more per year. So it's not
That was
free.
initially based off of what was the comp at the time,
right,
which was Daniel Jones of the Giants signed for 4 years, $160. Now we're out of that world with the contract of Goff and the salary cap going up. So throw that Daniel Jones out the window.
So
anyone got $40 million, taking $40 million, $45 million.
I was once stupid and told you stop around here.
$47.5 million annually.
Looks like a good deal right now, though.
$50 million. $51 million. $52 million. I don't hear any 52s out there. 53, the same as Goff. 53.5. This show's bullish on Jordan Love. $54 million annually.
Stop.
$55 million.
54 and a half.
Stop.
54 and a half.
Where are you stopping it?
Well,
55?
On YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, I put out what I thought is going to happen. 5 years, $270.
Oh, we got to do. We ain't math people now. What is that?
Yeah,
do
come
math.
on.
$54 million.
54. So you all
right
with
where
an
Alex
extra year.
Strofe and Brad Nortman ended with the extra year as a show of we will give you money for guaranteed. I'd say around 220 out of 270. It'd be a lot, but that's what you do. You just and what we'll do is we'll look back in 2 years when he is in the top 10, top 12 of quarterbacks paid, and you're going to think, damn, Goody, if Jordan Love is what you think he's going to turn out to be, that's a hell of a contract. You did a good job giving the guy a contract, putting him at $54 million. That still wouldn't even make him the highest paid average annually right now. But in 10 years, that might be top 10.
Yeah, I'm telling you this right now. Jordan Love on paper and on the field as well, this kid is really talented. He is really good. And again, I talk about what the company you keep, because company you keep is so important. When I look at Jordan Love, we saw the statistics of what he did last year.
$60 million.
And it's, again,
$60 million, somebody says.
He's not getting $60 million. But here's the thing. When I talk about who's he's in company with, there's a stat they have here is an 8-game stretch. Only quarterbacks that have an 8-game stretch with 18 touchdowns and 1 interception in their first year is Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Jordan Love. What do two of those guys have? MVP titles. And then we talked about guys who had, threw for over 30 touchdown passes and 4,000 yards in their first season as a starter. You got Kurt Warner. You got Dante Culpepper, who had a great start to his career. And then you had a Patrick Mahomes. And so what I'm saying is this, is that Jordan Love, as a first-year starter, is in company of great players that have won MVPs, players who are heading or already in the Hall of Fame. And so I understand that we only have a little bit of a sample size, but if all the writing on the wall is pointing to a certain direction and that direction is going northward, that direction going up, pay the man now, because as Ben just said, come 2027, we're going to say, boy, oh boy, we got a good deal with one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL that got you a Super Bowl ring.
55% of people on Twitter at KBN voted that they don't think Love should get as much as Jared Goff. If you're one of them, I want to hear from you like I'm seeing. 800-990-3776. ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text Line. Get us on YouTube, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison. We'll continue to garner your reaction to the news of Jared Goff and what you think Love deserves. Plus, Dumb Brain Strofe and Dumb Brain Ben, we need Brad to take us to school. Salary cap, dumbed down by Brad Nortman. And he's going to do a good job of this. He can speak our language, Strofe. That's next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
If I was as tall and as talented as you, if I could shoot as well as you could, both them teams would have won. Because you know what? You did a fake punch, you said, in the Rose Bowl? Yeah. And I would have did fake point. I would have took it to the house. I would have scored a dang touchdown.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Even when you think you know what's going on.
Well, old men hate cold water because of shrinkage.
You can never be too sure.
I like how you dropped. Is that what it is? Like you were just...
Thought we were going to get on this.
I'm right.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Packers, nonsense, chaos.
I did not expect to wrap up today's little episode with the word shrinkage. So,
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, morning 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Experience the rebirth of an American treasure in Oconomowoc. The club at Lac La Belle is open. The redesigned course is one of Wisconsin's finest tracks at the heart of the Wisconsin Golf Trail. Named Best New Wisconsin Course in 2021 by Golf Digest. The club at Lac La Belle is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time today at clubatlaclabelle.com. See what everyone is talking about. The club at Lac La Belle is a place to experience over and over again. Go to clubatlaclabelle.com to start your journey.
Spring fishing is finally here, and Fleet Farm has everything you need to reel in more fish this year. Upgrade your gear with the best brands like Rapala, Berkeley, and St. Croix. Find exclusive flicker sheds you won't find anywhere else, starting at $12.99. Get rod and reel combos starting at only $24.99. And shop our wide selection of fishing line that starts at just $4.99. Land top fishing gear and everything else you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm.
I'm Monica Kessler.
Monica makes sure that everything at Kessler's is worthy of a lifetime warranty.
The quality of your ring is incredibly important when it comes to diamond setting, ring sizing, and repairs.
Monica has been part of Kessler's since she was 6 years old.
Let me tell you how to judge the quality of the jewelry you're buying.
It's easier than you think.
All you have to do is read the warranty.
Most stores offer a 5-year warranty, but Kessler's offers a lifetime warranty, the strongest in the world.
We can do it because we put more gold in your jewelry.
When a jeweler wants to make a bigger profit, they put less gold into the jewelry. This makes it thinner and easier to break.
Theirs might look like ours at first glance, but Kessler's jewelry is made not to break, and that takes more gold.
We give you a lifetime warranty because our jewelry is made to last forever, just like your love.
Gold is more than $2,000 an ounce.
Kessler's gives you more gold, a lot more gold.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hey Wisconsin, it's construction season and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount liquor, If it's a celebrate or tailgate, when you're gonna recreate upstate. If it's a holiday, birthday, any date, you can save at Discount Liquor.
Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. It's time to stock up for your Memorial Day weekend celebrations. Whether you need a couple of cases, a cold half barrel, a great bottle of wine, your favorite craft beer, or hard-to-find liquor, you'll find it at Discount Liquor, all at the lowest prices in town. Visit us at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow in Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store in Milwaukee again. Have a happy and safe Memorial Day weekend from all of us at Discount Liquor.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Now, I'm not the one who played in the NFL, but sitting here in the break, I just am genuinely curious as someone who was in an NFL locker room. You know, you ever on social media and they do the breakdown of somebody's massive contract and the federal, the state, the local income, the Social Security, and then you see how much you make off $25 million. It's still a lot of money, obviously, but it's 50 to 55% of that is gone.
Watching guys' first reactions, rookies, to their first NFL checks is an annual joy. I mean, not joy is too strong.
No, but I mean,
it's like it is a shock. And they are running to me with their paper checks. They're like, who is this FICA? And how can I get my money back?
So the first check that you get has all of the withholdings taken out.
It's broken down.
Oh, that's good.
They've already
because
started withholding.
My question was, if for the first check they sign for however much money and they get, say, $4 million is just a flat number I'm throwing out there. They cash that check and they don't put aside $2 million that's going to be taken away by Uncle Sam.
Oh, yeah. They withhold significant amounts for just that reason, because I don't think they realize how much comes out. And usually getting a pretty decent tax refund by the end of the year. But man, oh man, these guys are shocked and stunned by how much is taken out of their paycheck. They legitimately start budgeting for their gross amount. They do. They're like, oh, I'm going to be making $5 million this year. I'm going to get that car. I'm going to take this vacation. That's my house. And then they're like, whoa.
Well, I bet there's people who start spending that before they even look at it.
They do,
21,
definitely.
you got all that money, I would too.
You wouldn't wait to see what's coming
Listen, I'm buying a car. I'm probably buying a house right away. But check, but Google me. Yeah, I can afford this. Give me that
Google me. Google me. That's a strong line.
I mean, that's what Brad, can you tell people Google you?
I think I might have said to Google me to someone before.
There it is. Oh, wow.
You
I want to know the
douche.
context of that one. Was it when you were in Vegas and they were giving you a hard time? Google me!
Well, when you search Brad Nortman, he comes up. I'm the first Ben Brust to come up. Kyle Wallace. Who's the most famous Kyle Wallace? Let's see here. On air, maybe, you know what? This has got to be, it has to know my IP.
It probably is right.
It probably has to know that I'm in Wisconsin, because there's got to be a more famous Kyle Wallace than our Kyle Wallace.
I mean, what can I say? I'm pretty famous.
Isn't there a Kyle Wallace NASCAR driver? Or is that Rusty Wallace?
There was a Rusty Wallace.
Rusty
and
Wallace.
then there's maybe like a Kyle Busch.
Kyle Larson.
Combining, NASCAR drivers.
No, I'm the OG. You can even go to the football roster. If you didn't think I played at Whitewater.
2008 football roster, UW Whitewater is what I'm on.
If you thought if you thought I was lying, there it is. You got the proof.
National champion, or is that runner-up?
That was a runner-up, yeah.
You look
second
weird
place,
with
Kyle.
With a buzz cut, man. It's a weird look for you.
It's not a buzz cut. That's called a fade with a little throw. You got to get your lingo right.
Is there a more famous Alex Strofe? Because you pop up first, too.
It's not a very popular last name, Ben.
No, it's great. I'm happy for you.
Thanks.
Our names are
all
top
four
of the
us
list.
are top of the list on Google.
That feels pretty good.
Well, I mean,
we all can use Google me if we want to be douches.
Well, I never really thought about it. I can say Google me. I don't know if Google me gets me anywhere. You're a professional? What are you doing? What makes you so special?
Google me.
Yeah, I don't think that works for me.
It says on-air host.
Yeah, it does. Wow.
We need to get Kyle a Wikipedia page.
Ooh, I haven't earned that yet.
We can make
awards. You were the WBA something of the year,
I was
right?
Young Professional of the Year, and best radio show. You're welcome. So yeah, I mean, there's some accomplishment. I think there needs to be more.
Justin in the 414 chimes in as we are discussing how much Love should get paid in comparison to Jared Goff. I want to see a solid, complete season from Love until he is Matt Flynn version 2.0 to me.
Oh my gosh, that's rough. Matt Flynn.
Matt Flynn never did what Jordan Love did.
Matt Flynn played one game. He had one great game.
You're right. It was a spectacular game. Jordan Love had 8 spectacular games.
And he also was a first-round pick, so that you talk about potential and living up to your potential, where Matt Flynn was not anywhere near that.
A lot of people are they're not giving full reason. I think they're scared.
Here's the thing.
People are scared.
I think you're scared, which I get because it's a lot of money to give up, but waiting does not come for free. If you wait, you're going to end up paying him more money because one of two things will happen. Either Jordan Love will be the guy, he will be the franchise quarterback, and this 54 that we're talking about in 1 year's time, it won't even get to 1 year's time. They'll have to sign him after or during the season. You're probably talking 60 or more. They could franchise him, but it will just go up and up and up. The other alternative is you have to start all over again. You're going to be like the Chicago Bears, swinging and trying to find a quarterback, hoping you find one in the draft, and that's a pretty dismal position to be in. I would rather you lean in. You go all in with this young roster that you got that's already reaped on-field benefits. You're just asking for it to happen more, which I think is reasonable. We've seen it with our own 2 eyes on the field.
And I think, Ben, you hit it right because the biggest excuse that people have for not paying Jordan Love is simply
I did what?
You got it. I mean, you got it right when you responded to people in talking text who can't really give you a reason. It's because the rationale is as simple as this: is that I haven't seen enough. I haven't seen enough. You're not saying that he isn't talented. You're not saying that boy, oh boy, if he continues on this trajectory, he could be the next great quarterback. It is you want to see more. Here's the thing: the way that this NFL works, and the way that he had to sit behind Aaron Rodgers for multiple years, and the fact that Goody did not give, he didn't give him that 5th-year option, but he gave him a contract extension, a weird way of doing the contract back last year. It doesn't allow for you to be able to see more. If you see more, you risk paying more. And do you really want to pay more now, pay more later, or do you just want to pay the man now? Because later is only going to run it up because of this. Quarterbacks are going to continue to get paid more money.
You're right. And Joe hits it on the head, I think. Pay Jordan Love whatever the going rate is for QBs in his era. It gets me so angry when fans say how much to pay a player is if it's coming out of their own pocket.
I mean, that's exactly right.
I don't blame fans who wanted punters to get less.
I certainly blame them. They need to respect the game and respect specialists. But quarterbacks, they're in their own category. And look, this is a quarterback-driven league. If you find one, you keep one, you pay. You might not like the economics of it. You might look at it and say, Jared Goff, second highest paid, quarterback in the league. That doesn't seem right. How can, for instance, Josh Allen, who I think is a universal top 5 quarterback in the NFL, he's making $43 million because he signed 3 years ago. That's like 10th or 11th. This is the economics of the quarterback position. Whoever is up next is going to sign within the top 5 or the top 3, and they just keep leapfrogging one another, and you finally get it when it's your time.
This is what I'm looking for. Stop acting like there are no negatives to paying a player. It's called salary cap. The Packers just got it out of Aaron Rodgers' awful contract.
Salary cap. That's a very real excuse, but you need to also win. You also need to field the team. You also need a quarterback who is Super Bowl caliber. And if you don't have that, there's no reason to go out there and even play the game.
And do people understand the Green Bay Packers moved on from one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time and shipped them to a team called the New York Jets, who were in desperate need of a franchise quarterback. They were willing to give whatever they needed. Well, not whatever they need to, but they were willing to take on a 38-year-old, 39-year-old Aaron Rodgers because they desperately wanted a quarterback. You risk potentially, as you said, Brad, being the Washington Commanders, being the Atlanta Falcons who went and paid all this money for Kirk Cousins and then panicked and drafted a quarterback. There is so much risk to not paying him. It is not worth the reward of potentially never having a guy.
Well, and a franchise quarterback in the realm of salary cap will elevate the talent around you. If you've got a great wide receiver that you can pay a bunch to, if you've got a great running back you can pay a bunch to, it doesn't matter if you don't have a quarterback. A great quarterback will be worth his weight in gold, even with a big salary cap hit, if and when they elevate the talent of those around him. That's the way you can have rookies around you, and they look pretty darn good because your quarterback's that good.
Look, you need a quarterback, and I like Pud and Tame on YouTube. He's coming at us, which is good. I want people to tell us if we're just, big media types over here that say there's no consequences. Of course there are consequences, but I will stand by Brad. I want to sign somebody that makes me competitive as a football team. In that position, that's most important, is quarterback. Whether you like it or not, that's the way it works, and this is where the world is going in terms of the pay for quarterbacks. But speaking of, guys that have made a lot of money, maybe don't need to look at the withholdings anymore because they played a long time in the PGA Tour, you can see some of your favorites at the American Family Insurance Championship in Madison. Man, there's always, just Strick being there alone is good enough.
Absolutely. I thought you were going to do it for me. My goodness. I was listening to you like, oh, okay, what do we got going on here? Well, as Ben just said, you got to watch the PGA Tour champions, including tournament host and defending champion Steve Stricker at the American Family Insurance Championship when it returns to University Ridge Golf Course Friday, June 7th through Sunday, June 9th. Tournament week includes an exciting concert featuring 3-time Grammy Award-winning Train on Friday, June 7th at Breeze Stevens Field. Proceeds will support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and the American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com. That's amfamchampionship.com.
Packers Hall of Famer, Old T, Mark Tauscher joins us next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
You throw hands?
Do I throw hands?
With T.O.
Will I? I throw hands with Andre the Giant, man.
I love you, Lou. That's Lewis from the North Side. The North Side always knows.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and there is one thing I think everyone can agree on. Potholes stink. And this year's weather will make it one of the worst years yet. Well, Johnson & Sons Paving is ready to take on the challenge with a team that has over 2 decades of experience. When the potholes pop up in your asphalt, Johnson & Sons Paving can patch or replace the whole area. Book an appointment now at johnsonsonspaving.com. Get that appointment booked before May 31st, and you might even see Old T on the job site for a visit. Find full contest details at ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
Marquette superstars Dwayne Wade and Travis Diener returning to Milwaukee this summer for Wade versus Diener Champions for Literacy. Golf alongside the stars at North Shore Country Club on June the 17th. A day full of food, fun, events, and good golf, all while funding local youth literacy projects. If golf isn't for you, no problem. Check out the tee-off party on June the 15th at Pilot Project. Oh, baby, this is special. Oh, baby, this is big. Learn more at WadeDienerGala.GiveSmart.com.
On Thursday, May 30th, join Sharp Literacy for the 9th annual Unwrapped Milwaukee fundraising event from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Deco in West Allis. Unwrapped is an evening of community, creativity, and food. Top area chefs will create gourmet appetizer, entree, and dessert bites using McDonald's ingredients. The fundraiser will support Sharp's STEAM-based educational program, serving thousands of urban elementary students in 49 Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine schools. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
This is the absolute worst time of the year to be dealing with joint pain because you can't do all the outdoor stuff that you love to do. Hey, this is Brad Nortman, and if you're tired of achy joint pain, call QC Kinetics before you agree to surgery or steroids or any harmful medications. That's what tens of thousands of real-life patients around the country have done. Patients like Patrick. He loved to golf, but he couldn't even walk because of his knee pain. After his QC Kinetics regenerative treatment, he's back and his best handicap in 15 years. And Julie, a doctor told her the only way she could get get relief is with knee replacement. She went to QC Kinetics for a second opinion, and now no surgery. She's riding her bike and feeling great. QC Kinetics is at the top of its game with National Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, a pioneer in this field with 20 years of clinical work, tons of research, and teaching. I'd love to be talking about your story next, so don't wait. Call QC Kinetics. The consultation is free. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
After 125 years, Port Washington State Bank knows how to help your business expand. I'm James Showalter, president of PWSB and a proud resident of Ozaukee County. As a fifth-generation family business, PWSB cares deeply about helping you achieve your goals. Our commercial lending team takes the time to listen and provide the care you deserve. It's the way we've done business since 1899. Stop into Port Washington State Bank today.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Attend Biz Expo May 22nd at Brookfield Conference Center. Learn how to build a legendary brand by creating raving fans from keynote speaker and author Scott Wozniak. Attend strategy seminars on company culture, business growth, AI and cybersecurity, leadership, exit planning, tax savings for business, and more. Network and connect with your peers and the region's leading product and service providers. Biz Expo is Wednesday, May 22nd. Register to attend at biztimes.com/bizexpo.
Serious truck crash? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
Mark Tauscher on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman is brought to you by Fleet Farm. Remember, if Fleet Farm doesn't have it, then you don't need it.
Joining us on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin is the Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher, who you can hear on Willie and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon across these very stations. Old T, welcome into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Well, good afternoon. I'll be honest with you guys. I was just listening, and I heard Ben Brust say a comment that I actually was thinking, I wish I had said this earlier today. And it's a thoughtful, which I never say about you, Benny.
Yeah, I'm in shock.
I was a little bit in shock too, but you know, you guys, obviously everybody's talking about the Jared Goff contract and what that means to Jordan Love and how the Packers are going to handle it, blah, blah, blah. And when you said the only question that you need to ask is, can said player lead you to a Super Bowl? And if the answer is yes, the price is right. And I thought that was really profound. I thought that was really good.
Mark that, save that, and we're going to play it every time Tausch joins us until I outdo myself and have another thought-provoking moment for Old T.
I don't know. I mean, and then I'll never compliment you.
Yeah, you're right. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
Let's just let that ride.
Now, Old T, I guess you kind of answered my question by utilizing what I said, but I guess you could expand more, right? Because we put out the poll right when it happened yesterday. Lions paying $53 million per year. Do you think the Packers should pay Jordan Love more than that? 45% say no more than 53 annually. And for those 55% that say no, it's too much, what do you say to those who say it's too much money?
Well, I mean, so first off, the annual per year, yeah, it's important, but what it really comes down to, and this is where Russ Ball has been an absolute genius, is how quickly can you get out of a contract? It's great that you have this and you lock them up for 5 years. But it really comes down to how much guaranteed money is in it. And Goff got, I think 170. Is that right? Somewhere in that ballpark. So whether or not Jordan Love signs a 5-year deal, a 4-year deal, a 3-year deal, I think the big thing is if it's $55 million and Jordan Love is an MVP and plays at the level he did the last 10 weeks of the season, you literally in 2 to 3 years are going to be saying, wow, we got him at a steal, when all of these other quarterbacks are going to continue. The cap's going to continue to grow. The money is going to keep going. It's going to be Dak Prescott will probably be the first $60 million a year quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That's where this thing is trending. So, yes, I understand everybody wants to make sure you can build a good team around him. And if you're going to pay him a ton of money, now's the time to do it, because you have all these receivers on rookie deals. And the receiving core, that expense is going to go up a bunch. Offensive line, everything is going to get more and more expensive. So if you believe in him, which I think most of us do, you're going to pay him, and you're going to happily pay him, and then you're going to build the rest of the team around him. And in 2 or 3 years, you're going to hopefully be saying, man, am I glad we did that? Because I guarantee you, the way the Dallas Cowboys handled Dak Prescott has turned out disastrous in the respect that his cap number is really high. You have no leverage. You don't have any of those franchise tag tools to work. And now you're sitting here going to have a monster cap hit. And more than likely, if they don't re-sign Dak, he's gone. So the Jordan Love component, the answer is, can he lead you to a Super Bowl? I felt like he could have done it last year in his first season. So obviously I believe that he can.
So, Tausch, it sounds like you're on the same page with us. We all think he's going to get extended. We all think he's worthy of being extended. It'll probably be somewhere in that $53 to $55 million per year range. Now, if it's 4 years, 5 years, whatever it is, what does Love need to do in order for you to look back at the end of the contract and say, you know what? He was worth it. Is it Super Bowls? Is it MVP? Is it being a top 10 quarterback? Like, what is it on Mark Tauscher's standard to say, you know what, Jordan Love played to the level of that contract?
Yeah, I think you need to be a playoff team every year. And listen, I mean, we all want to say win a championship. We've seen how difficult that is. It's not snap your fingers unless you're Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady. It's really hard. But
is it wild to think that the last time they were in a Super Bowl, you were on the roster?
I know, it's crazy. And I think that's where Packer fans are super disappointed. And frankly, they should be. There's been plenty of opportunities to have more cracks at it, but it just shows you how tough and difficult this road is to try and get there. And you have to have some luck. You know, I'm convinced if David Bakhtiari doesn't blow his knee out on a New Year's Eve practice, they win the Super Bowl that year. Those are the tough breaks that go into it. But as far as what, you know, to Brad's question, what that looks like, I really just think being a good quarterback that gets you in the playoffs and you're playing at a high level, that you're leading your football team, that's kind of the floor. When you're going to start paying guys that amount, then it's MVP. Can you win games in the last 2 minutes? How do you handle your football team when things aren't going well? I don't think he's going to be a turnover guy, so I don't think we have to worry about that. But the grand scheme is you want to win a championship, but just give our team year in and year out the belief that we can win a world championship and eventually crack through. I think that's kind of what, when you're going to decide to pay a player, Jordan Love, that amount of money, that's kind of the floor of what you're looking for.
That's really the Green Bay Packer way, Tausch, of get a great quarterback and see if you can crack through at one point, which we haven't cracked through enough for me, but thankfully you cracked through the last time I got to celebrate. But, Tausch, is there a number that would shock you when it comes to, is there a number you'd be like, oh, my goodness, he got what?
I think if he signs this before the training camp starts, which I think we all agree is what's going to happen, I think if he gets to 60, I'd be shocked. But if he gets ahead of where Joe Burrow is, I'm not going to be shocked. Or I think that's who's at the top of the food chain right now.
It is.
Because you're not paying for what you've done in the past. You're paying for what you saw those last 10 weeks. You're saying, I'm going to get 5 more years of that or better play. And by the way, if you're paying $55, $56 million and you play, Jordan Love played there might be somebody that played better than him, but if there is, it is an incredibly short list in that last 10 weeks of that season. So I think it's worth every penny. You have that position figured out. Everything else is so much easier within your organization to figure out. It's worth every penny of whatever you're paying him, as long as it's not crazy. So 60 would be like, whoa, okay. And even then, you're thinking, all right, it's only a couple million more than the last guy. So that's where I would probably set that bar at.
Talking with Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. So, Old T, here's how I think about it, and get me where I'm wrong, because I'm not always right. We know that.
Yeah.
The worst case scenario is obviously injury. Let's throw injury out. To me, even if you sign Jordan Love, right, and everyone leapfrogs him as the cap goes up and other guys sign and other guys play well, he won't end up being the top paid player for the longest time because of how we see these quarterbacks jumping each other. My point is if they sign him after what we saw, isn't the structure of the offense and Matt LaFleur to a point where, like, we know what he's capable of? His floor could be what Jared Goff was for the Rams, like in terms of getting him to, I'm talking floor, based off the system, based off how they, integrate these wide receivers and have motion and this and that. Like, there's always risk, but it's not as risky as it may feel when you see the dollars.
So I think it comes down to what kind of dude Jordan Love is, and that's the beautiful part of having him in your building for 4 years, is how he works and how he prepares. And when you have that, you're never going to doubt the rest of it. There'll be some games where you have some bad throws, interceptions, but you know what the guy's made out of, and you see his talent, and we've seen that, all the back end of last season. So we know what that's going to look like. So, yeah, I think there's, like you said, there's always going to be risk with injury, but I think the idea of him falling off a cliff and just playing god-awful football, you see enough to know that he's going to be a good player. Now, can he elevate himself and be as consistent to be as great as he was the last half of the season? We don't know that yet. And if you're going to pay somebody the amount of money we're talking, that's what you need. So I think there's still, for as much as I like Jordan, I think there is some uncertainty because we've seen it. We believe we know what we're going to see into the future, but you don't know for sure. Like when you give Aaron Rodgers his third contract, you know what you're getting. I still think there's some uncertainty, even with the amount of reps and play that we saw Jordan finish the season off with last year.
Tausch, in other news, it's kind of an irrational excitement, but I love schedule release. We already know the Packers' opponents. We know week 1, but the schedule release is just so darn fun to me. What is the first thing that you look for when the full Packer release schedule gets released?
Well, I think as a player, you always look for the bye week and are you playing on any holidays? Those were kind of the things that you'd look at. And then do you have any extended where you have 2 or 3 road games in a row? But for me this season, I think it's where is the Detroit Lions games going to be? Is that going to be on Thanksgiving again in Detroit? Those games, I think, for as much as the Viking rivalry and everything else, those are the games that I think you look at and say, okay, here we go. This is, that's the team that won the division last year. That's the team that people think is better than us. Where does that line up? Because you feel good. Like you said, the other teams you're playing. And then I think the other thing, when you make this trip to Brazil, I would be shocked if you don't see a Monday night game coming back at home, or for sure a Sunday game at home. You give a little extra time to regroup. But it's about where the Detroit Lions fall, because that's the team that's kind of standing in that first wave of what your goals are that you need to accomplish as a team next year.
Old T, before we let you go, anything you got for us? Keeping guacamole fresh, or anything's on your mind?
I'm good today. I'm just going to let you guys do the work today.
Well, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. All right.
Okay.
That's Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer, here on Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon across these very stations. And it's my time to tell you about Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Here's why. On May 18th, this coming Saturday, guess what they're going to have? Heavyweight champion Tyson Fury face off against triple title holder, help me with this one, guys, Alexander Usyk.
Yeah, the Ukrainian.
I mean,
it's pretty good.
I feel like I crushed that as good as I could crush that, even if I got it wrong. In a 12-round, Strofe, a 12-round showdown for the undisputed heavyweight crown. The reason why I laugh at 12 rounds
John Cena?
is because that was the movie Strofe suggested that we watch, 12 rounds with John Cena. But this is a untouchable opportunity. Going to Potawatomi Casino Hotel's new sportsbook with a 2,000-square-foot video wall to watch this fight, and having the opportunity to watch everything else that's going on in sports and enjoying the bar, enjoying the self-serving kiosks. You can get tickets in hand from people that actually build your bets with you. They have it all at the sportsbook. PaysBig.com. If you haven't been to the sportsbook, you are missing out. We mentioned 12 rounds with John Cena. We revisit our poll from yesterday at KBN ESPN for Kyle Brust and Nortman Movie Cinema Club. That's next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Craig Counsell bobblehead that was given away, and we, just did a nice, soliloquy. Is that the right word?
Yeah, like a montage.
Like a Virgil.
Vigil?
Vigil.
Vigil. A vigil. We did a vigil.
Vigil.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
For general contest rules, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
I feel so stuck.
The Veterans Crisis Line is here for you. Dial 988, then press 1 to call.
Awarded Best of Weddings 2023 by The Knot, The Bog is much more than world-class golf. Our clubhouse ballroom offers floor-to-ceiling windows and a breathtaking full-wall fireplace. Our barn venue was inspired by the on-site barn at Hole 6, built in the 1800s. 2 outdoor ceremony sites and a variety of personalized options. Our venues are perfect for family get-togethers, weddings, showers, graduation parties, or any event you are hosting. Call The Bog at 262-292-0740 or visit thebarnatthebog.com.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services. Family-owned business for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get $1,000 off and 0% interest for 12 months on your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
What are we doing today?
One of the employee owners has an idea.
Who is it?
Casey Goodson.
Well, hi, you must be Casey Goodson.
That's me. Casey has been with Kessler's for 22 years and became an owner 12 years ago.
We're excited to hear your idea, Casey.
I call it the One Collection.
But we've had special collections in the past.
What are you saying?
Casey, I think Rick is saying that this can't be the one collection because we've offered special collections in the past.
I'm not saying it's the first collection. It's a special collection of engagement rings for the woman that you know is the one. The one for you. The one forever. What's in it? Incredibly special rings for incredibly special women.
How much?
Most of them are between $725 and $2,800. I like it.
I like it.
Me too.
When you have found the one, you'll find her ring waiting patiently for you to come and pick it up at Kessler's.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, founder of Right Choice Tax Resolution and best-selling author on how to have less stress with the IRS. It's 2024 and an election year. The politicians are out there promising things they won't deliver. One thing is certain. Taxes are what pays for those promises. The IRS collects those taxes, and man, can they be brutal. My latest book has advice on what to do to avoid trouble with the IRS. We help you file back tax returns, get liens released, set up payment plans, represent you in audits, and get penalties reduced or eliminated. Some recent clients we helped include getting a $40,000 tax bill reduced by $32,000, filing a 2020 tax return to get a $7,000 refund, and negotiating a payment plan for $250 a month on a $30,000 tax bill. Make the right choice. Go to rightchoicetax.us to book a call or in-person meeting right now. We know you want to take the first step in getting the IRS off your back so you can live again. That's rightchoicetax.us.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank, and as a community bank, we sincerely appreciate our customer loyalty. Over nearly 90 years, we've done all we can to return the favor. Great Midwest Bank offers flexible solutions that bigger banks and credit unions simply can't, because our entire team is right here in the community. We love helping our neighbors when we're at work and then catching up over the weekend. Visit us at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
His name is what, Strofe? John Cena! Thankfully for all of us, KBN Nation on KBN ESPN Twitter voted for our debut of what we'll be watching as a show, because Kyle and Alex, and felt lame even doing this one. But the fact that you hadn't seen Happy Gilmore, I had to put it out there. I love the idea that Strofe now can laugh at some Happy Gilmore with me. I know you agree, Strofe, or Brad.
Absolutely. That's a must-quotable movie. There's so many quotable moments.
So, on Twitter, we put out our first KBN movie cinema club. Which should we watch? I picked Happy Gilmore. Brad picked Back to the Future. Kyle picked Friday. And Strofe picked 12 Rounds with John Cena that had too many votes. Happy Gilmore it is. What's the ruling here? Because Kyle is kind of a baby when it comes to homework. When do we need to watch this by, Kyle?
I got my master's degree, so I did all the homework I need to be doing. When we want to watch it, can we get a week and a half? Or
a week and a half?
I was thinking by next Monday.
I was thinking by next Monday.
One movie a week isn't that bad.
How long is this? I don't watch movies.
It's like 90 minutes.
90, okay.
You watched 12 Rounds with John Cena.
Like 4 times.
You have room for Happy Gilmore.
So where do I find this at? Because I do not own a DVD player currently.
I believe it's on Netflix.
It is on Netflix. I can.
Do you have that?
I can get a password.
I can backdoor you whatever you need.
I can get a password. My little cousins take over the password. There is password sharing.
They've been trying to cut down on that, so be careful. Don't say that on air.
They
have people
been.
listening everywhere.
That's true. They could try to find me, but they won't find. I don't have it. It's not my account.
Adam chimes in. 12 Rounds is as good as John Cena's rap career. Powerful. Rip and Rona chimes in. I can't believe that avid golfer Alex Strofe hasn't seen Happy Gilmore. Alex Strofe famously whiffed at a golf ball 8 times.
You got it. That was 8.
8 times. And every time I watch that video, I'm thinking, is he messing with me? And he's not.
Yeah, was there earnest effort to hit the ball?
Guys, I've told this story recently. I don't know if I told you it. I went golfing on a simulator a few months back. 18 holes on a simulator. 50 over.
What?
That's not even possible.
It is.
I'm very bad at golf.
50, I mean, that's a 122.
On a simulator, though. That's so forgiving.
If simulators are pretty forgiving.
You did 18 holes like that, huh?
Did you have fun?
Of course. I love golfing. I'm just bad at it.
Were the people in your party
I don't have fun at
upset
things
with
that
you?
I'm bad at.
Because you must have been hogging the swings.
I mean, obviously, I took a lot more swings than anybody else, but they were my college roommates, so they just know what to expect.
Were they entertained by you?
Who isn't entertained by me, Benny? That's the question.
Was it the putting issue, or was it grip it and rip it? What was the issue here?
All of the above.
Oh, wow.
Getting the ball in the air.
Oh, wow.
Hitting it.
Yeah.
Contact.
Making contact.
Yes.
Oh,
the basics. The basics. So, Kyle, I need you to put your right hand in the air.
This is not a court of law.
I, Kyle Wallace.
I, Kyle Wallace.
Pledge to watch Happy Gilmore by the time we are on the air Monday.
Pledge to watch Happy Gilmore by the time we are on the air Monday.
Or Death Do Us Apart.
Or I'm just going to suck at the segment.
No, that's not an option.
I'm not dying over Happy
Suck
Gilmore.
at segment or death.
Yeah, right. That's two different things.
I did it again. Isn't it Death Do Us Part?
Till death do us part. That's a marriage.
I always say till death do us apart.
Oh.
And yeah, you kind of combine you combine the courtroom with like matrimony a little bit there. I think it's So Help Me God. But
So help you God. Won't he do it? Get Kyle to watch Happy Gilmore.
Won't he do it? Yeah, Netflix. You guys say it on Netflix, and I'll throw it in the background and watch it on Netflix and enjoy it.
And remember, score out of 10 and a couple of notes.
I'll give it a score. If it can't keep my attention for 90 minutes while I'm doing other things like putting stuff together, then it's not a good movie. But if it gets me to stop and actually watch and laugh, then it'll get a high score.
I'll admit, I haven't watched Happy Gilmore in probably 15 years or more. It's been a long time.
Wow, and you still remember the quotes?
Yeah, I mean, as a kid in like high school, it's a very high rewatchable, and it's very high quotable.
I feel like it's a cult favorite because you said you watched it in high school, but you were a child when it came out, so you went back to watch it to fit in and be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think I watched it like late elementary school, middle school, and it was already a classic by the time we got to middle school. And it's Adam Sandler. I mean, he was
breaking news,
highly sought after.
Rumor has it that Strofe's girlfriend made him watch Happy Gilmore, and he fell asleep before it ended. When did this happen?
like 4 weeks ago.
Oh, wow. So that's how I know the movie must not be that
How
funny.
much did you get into it? What's the last scene you remember?
I don't remember much.
Is this?
I only got, well, first off,
Did you come back from the bar and watch it or something?
It was an intoxicated
okay.
Saturday evening.
All right.
It's a good choice.
And I fell asleep very quickly.
Well, if you're
I
going to
saw
go out.
the weird-looking guy.
Okay, you're going to
Adam
have to
Sandler?
rewatch the movie.
No, the dude that yells stuff.
His boss?
Adam Sandler.
You know who I'm talking about?
Mr. Larson.
Not Mr. Larson. He's going with the guy who chirps him on the golf
Yeah,
course.
him.
Oh.
Hey, Gilmore, you suck.
That guy, that guy.
Hopefully, when Strofe got back from the bar, he threw in what is the best pizza, whether you're having it for dinner with your family, late night, celebratory, breakfast, dinner, doesn't matter. Screamin' Sicilian Pizza has the best pizza that you'll find. It was funny, I told you guys, Frozen Pizza Friday is now a thing with the kid. We need that meal on Sunday or on Fridays after a long week of work. We don't have to think too much, but know we're going to eat delicious food. That's what Palermo's is doing for us. And, my girlfriend was like, gosh, it's the best frozen pizza. I was like, I know. I don't just talk about it because they, liked being a part of our show. I'm talking about it because I genuinely love frozen pizza. I'm branded with frozen pizza. I took out a frozen pizza out of the oven in 6th grade and I burned myself and I still have the burn mark. I love frozen pizza that much. I've been eating it forever. And Palermo's is the freaking best. Screamin' Sicilian, the OGs, the thin and crispy, the tavern style, you name it. 2 feet of stuffed crust cheese and get your screen on there, Strophe. He's doing it. He's doing it because I love the Boss Hog, the Bessie's Revenge, the Holy Pepperoni, but you have some, a little bit flavorful ones with a little extra spice. The Ultimate Deluxe, the Supremus Maximus, and of course, the Mambo Italiano.
Mambo!
Find your screaming pleasure and taste what all the screaming is about. 800-990-3776. 800-990-ESPN. Caller number 9. For Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? 15-11-1 is my record. Will you take me down and bring home the $25 gift card? We'll find out. 800-990-3776. Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Coming up in 2 minutes. 800-990-ESPN.
Don't put your life on hold to earn a degree. Lakeland University has a long history of making students' dreams come true. Since 1862, build a schedule that meets your needs with options for 7- and 12-week courses, evening classes, and the ability to join classes remotely. Lakeland University is Wisconsin's leader in evening and online education. They have a main campus in Sheboygan County and 6 centers throughout the whole state. Lakeland University, affordable, quality, flexible. Find out your next steps at info.lakeland.edu.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Why settle for just a job when you could have a career in the exciting automobile industry? The Auto Dealers Association of Metro Milwaukee new car dealer members have service, technician, sales, administrative, and management positions available now. The first word in career is car, and one of the best places to find a great career opportunity is at an Adam new car dealer.
For current great paying job opportunities, visit adam.jobs. That's ADAMM.jobs.
Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust on 94.5 ESPN is presented by Lakeland University. Don't put your life on hold to earn your degree. Build a schedule that meets your needs. Lakeland.edu. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We're talking all things Green Bay Packers, particularly Jared Goff just getting paid and how that affects Jordan Love here on KBN. But it's 3 o'clock on Tuesday. That means it's your time to get paid by the likes of a $25 gift card when you beat Ben Brust. And are you smarter than Ben Brust? I'm Brad Nortman alongside Kyle Wallace here and Alex Strofe, who put together some very nice questions this week for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? And today, this week, with the opportunity to win that big $25 gift card and get paid, similar to the likes of Jared Goff and Jordan Love, we have Justin in Cudahy. Justin, how are we feeling today?
Not too bad. Just about to end the workday.
Oh, I like it. This is a good way to celebrate the end of the workday. Is this your first time as a contestant on Are You Smarter?
It is not. It's been a little while, a few months, but yeah.
Okay. Well, Ben Brust is 15-11-1. So Kyle, we're rooting for Justin, right? I mean, we make that clear every week that we're rooting for KBN Nation.
We got to get him below 500.
Yeah, we do. We certainly do, and it starts with you, Justin. Strophe, let's go ahead and spin it.
For those of you who say Ben Brust is an idiot, here's your chance to be proven right. It's time to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
Are you smarter than Ben Brust? How we play that is 15 questions in 90 seconds to get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass, and we'll come back to it if you get through the rest. If you beat Ben Brust, which we're rooting for you to do, you will win a $25 gift card. Justin, any questions before we get started?
Nope, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. We'll start the questions then in 3, 2, 1. What is the capital of Wyoming?
Pass.
Who is the all-time touchdown pass leader in NFL history?
Drew Brees.
What is the smallest country in the world?
Pass.
What is the largest bird in the world?
Ostrich.
What is the main ingredient to bread dough?
Can you repeat?
What is the main ingredient in bread dough?
Flour.
What round was Brad Nortman drafted in the 2012 NFL Draft?
7.
Who discovered electricity?
Sir Isaac Newton.
What is the capital of Vermont?
Pass.
How many bones are in the human body?
Pass.
How many teeth does the average adult have?
26.
How many teams are in the National Hockey League?
30.
Name the 3 branches of government.
Republican, Democratic, and Independent.
How many sides does a hexagon have?
6.
What is the fictional beer name of Homer Simpson's favorite beer?
Duff.
Okay, he got it in. Tricky question.
Wait a minute. So Drew Brees, that's not a 5th grade question.
This is from the mind of Alex Strofe.
Yeah, I wrote these, so I didn't go to ChatGPT this week.
Oh, you went to ChatGPT?
I like the fact. Well, Strofe, give us a little bit of your inspiration behind these questions. They're great change-ups.
Yeah, I needed to crank them up because we've had so many repeats over the years that Ben Brust has played this game. We needed some original ones.
I mean, it's
a 4th spot, by the way, for Justin.
Is a 5th grader supposed to be watching The Simpsons? I know I did.
I did too, so I figured maybe.
I think I watched Simpsons.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about 5th grade. I mean, good questions.
Good question.
I'm not sure how Ben's going to do. 4th spot for Justin. We will see.
I mean,
he trots back into the studio.
He should be able to win. There was a couple toss-ups that he should be able to get.
Yeah,
I think he should be able to get 5.
I agree.
At least 5.
But they're tricky, no doubt about it. Ben Brust entering the room. The 15-11-1 Ben Brust. Ready to play. Headphones on.
What are you
Ben,
looking at the screen for? The talking text line. He took a look at the video. He looked at the talking. Look, he looked down.
It's natural for me to try and
I'm
reset.
happy to report though, nobody has texted in any.
All right, just making
answers.
sure.
I'm
He
looking
just
at
looked
it.
down. He shouldn't even look at it.
I do.
There you go.
wanna
Take
know,
the screens.
really quickly. What do you do? I'm not even saying you're cheating, but what do you do?
He had
You
his
just-
back to you out there.
Do you
He was
just
waving his hands in the air.
I showed my phone to Kyle. I
did?
closed every app on my phone, locked
do you
it, put
check
it on the
email? Do you?
Normally I would. Normally I'd be on Twitter, text my girlfriend, I don't know, check in.
You got to clear your mind. You're gonna be good today. You got to clear your mind. You got to be focused. You're welcome for getting you locked in.
All right.
All right, here we go.
15, 11, and 1. Let's make it 16.
15 questions in 90 seconds to get as many answers correct as you can. You're allowed to say pass. We will come back to it if you get through the rest. And if Justin in Cudahy beats you, he's going to win a $25 gift card. Any questions, Ben?
No, I rock.
All right, well, with that kind of confidence, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. What is the capital of Wyoming?
Oh, this is a tough one. Cheyenne.
Who is the all-time touchdown pass leader in the NFL?
Tom Brady?
What is the smallest country in the world?
Oh, man, I have no... I know this, but I don't pass.
What is the largest bird in the world?
An ostrich?
What is the main ingredient to bread dough?
Flour?
What round was Brad Nortman drafted in the 2012
Sixth
draft? Who had discovered electricity?
Benjamin Franklin?
What is the capital of Vermont?
Pass.
How many bones are in the human body?
I always get this one. 213?
How many teeth does the average adult have?
This is tough. 28?
How many teams are in the National Hockey League?
24?
Name the 3 main branches of government.
Legislative, judicial, and executive.
How many sides does a hexagon have?
Hex 6.
What is the fictional name of Homer Simpson's favorite beer?
Don't know.
What is baby kangaroo called?
A kangaroo.
What is the capital of Vermont?
Vermont. Go to the other one.
What is the fictional name of Homer Simpson's favorite beer?
Go to the other one.
What's a baby kangaroo called?
No, I already did that.
Okay. Oh yeah, what's the smallest country in the world?
Can I get a second for his screw-ups as the question asker?
Counts if you get it.
Smallest country in the world. It's near Italy. Let's go Malta.
Dog, Malta is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I was on 90 Day
Vatican
Fiancé.
City?
It's wrong, but you didn't need it.
But it was.
Did I win?
And to be fair, you
smoked them.
Let's go!
Oh, wait, how many get right?
You hit a
Six?
lot. You hit a lot.
He doubled them up. That's an 8 spot.
A double up City Central? Woo!
That was a pretty
I'm
good
curious
round.
to see what 8 he got, because
we got through the first 8, and I was like, he's gonna win. I think you got 5 in the first 8.
Justin in the 414 says Ben's going to win this week. Justin from Cudahy did a poor job representing the Justin name.
Yeah. I knew you'd be locked in.
I just think it's fitting that the question you solidified your win on was, what round was Brad Nortman drafted in the 2012 NFL draft?
How sweet.
Strong answer.
Let's go through these answers.
All right.
I'm on fire.
A Ben Brust
2-1
victory.
versus Strofe, too. Feel good about that.
16, 11, and 1 now. Let's go through them. What is the capital of Wyoming? Cheyenne. That's
That was
pretty
good.
impressive.
That was a good job.
Once you
Good
got
job.
that one, I was like, Ben's going to win. Cheyenne. Who is the all-time touchdown pass leader in NFL history? That's Tom Brady. Justin guessed Drew Brees, who I believe was supplanted by Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Smallest country in the
Nice
world.
use of the word supplanted.
Thank you. Felt
was
pretty good
impressive.
about it. Vatican City. You were right after putting your...
Gosh.
Good question, though, Strofe. Good question. Largest bird in the world is an ostrich. Got that one right. Main ingredient to bread dough is flour. Very good. Very impressive. What round was Brad Nortman, yours truly, drafted in the 2012 NFL Draft? 6th round. Pick for anyone? Anyone want to guess the pick?
217.
227.
Close.
212.
Even closer. 207. 207. Anyway.
Now that we're done talking about it.
Yeah. Who discovered electricity? Benjamin Franklin. I feel like it's always Benjamin Franklin or Isaac Newton for these.
Wait, what did Thomas Edison do?
Or Thomas Edison.
Light bulb.
Light bulb.
He harnessed electricity.
He harnessed it, and Tesla something too, right?
I feel like Albert Einstein, a lot of those science questions as well, he's the answer to.
Yeah. Capital.
Those are our science guys.
The capital of Vermont. Montpelier.
Pelier.
Montpelier.
Come on, Brad. You're supposed to be the smart guy.
Anyway, I use the word supplant, but I can't say.
Where's Justin, the Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust grader? This is going to be a tough grade for Brad.
Yeah, I deserve it. I should be a pro at this point. This is probably a C- performance. Although I felt pretty good up until you gave me a hard time about the wrong ones I passed. To my defense, you got a second chance at all the ones you passed, just because I came back to smallest country. Anyway, how many teeth does an adult have? 32.
Dang
32 teeth. How many teams are in the National Hockey League? 32.
Yeah.
There's that many?
That's a lot of teams.
For some reason, I thought there was less.
Yeah, there was 30, and then they added Vegas, and then they added Seattle a few years ago, making it an even 32.
The Kraken.
Listen, this one was pretty impressive. You should know this, but like off the top of my head, 3 main branches of government: executive, legislative, judicial.
Listen, he was lost when he said Republican, Democrat, Independent. That's oh my god.
Oh, that was our guy.
Yeah. I hate to rag on Justin, but that was a tough answer.
It was. He was nervous.
He's like, oh, politics.
How many sides does a hexagon have? 6. That's correct. The fictional name of Homer Simpson's favorite beer, Duff.
I'm not a Simpsons guy.
Never even seen like.
I remember The Simpsons.
And despite having 8 right going into the 15th and final question, Ben Brust still proved you as an idiot. Brad, what was the question?
What is a baby kangaroo called?
And Ben, your answer was?
Kangaroo.
Yeah. You never heard?
You never heard of a Joey?
Yeah.
Well, that would be the answer.
Thank you.
So, no,
There's some of these that are trick questions.
Well, some of these are the debate.
You even yourself last week put in a trick question.
I didn't put in a trick question. I just put a double answer. Femur was the answer to 2 different questions.
As somebody who is Ben Brust, and people are asking, are you smarter than a 5th grader? Are you smarter than Ben Brust? Are these 5th grade questions?
Yeah.
So asking who the NFL passing touchdown leader is a 5th grade question.
We're on ESPN radio. It's top rating.
gosh.
It's not a hard one.
Some
Who's
avid
the first
sports
president of the
fans in
United
5th
States?
grade.
George Washington. Who's the greatest quarterback to ever live? Tom Brady. It's not that hard.
Thank you, Strofe. I'm so sick of these guys who just are critics and don't have solutions and
I'm
just
impressed
complain.
by your showing today. Nice job.
Thank you very much.
It was
15 or 15 or 16?
16.
16, 11, and 1?
Yeah, I got to be honest, though. This segment is losing its luster.
Why? Because
you haven't been saying anything stupid. You haven't been losing.
Think of better questions.
We've gotten overloaded gift cards right now.
Josh DiMaggio, who used to write these when we were Scalzo and Brust as a program, and he was the producer, he's asked if he can do a substitute day of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust to try and stump me. Are you okay with that?
I'd like more of a collaborative effort, but yes.
Okay.
Dang, you got replaced after 3 games? 3 weeks?
You allow him to win 2 in a row.
He's like a bad rookie quarterback.
You.
Or a bad old quarterback.
He's
going to
be like Caleb Williams. That's what's going to happen.
That could, for all of our sakes, we'll see. But what we will see is Road America hot with action this summer. I mean, make your plans right now because everyone thinks about, hey, what can I do with my family this summer? Road America is your answer. The fun is at Road America, from the food to the volleyball to the go-karts to corporate events to like everything that they provide before the race is why you have to go there. You have to go there for more than just the race. I love the racing. The 14-mile road course is amazing. I got a ride in IndyCar last year. Going around there, seeing and feeling what I love watching on the racetrack, but also knowing that there's a Screamin' Sicilian pizza truck that I'm going to stop and get a nice slice. There's so much to do. You can rent a golf cart, drive around. I used to bring my moped from college to Road America when I went in my college days. Go have fun, affordable family fun. Kids 16 and under are free with a paying adult at the gate. And get your tickets for the NTT IndyCar Series at Road America in June. RoadAmerica.com for tickets. That's RoadAmerica.com. 16, 11, and 1. I'm going to be so annoying until I lose. 16, 11, and 1. Brad, I want you to explain the salary cap to Strofe and I like I didn't win Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
So they are lucky. Those other teams, whether it's Kentucky or whether it's Oregon or was it TCU?
That was TCU.
TCU, they're lucky I didn't play in that game. You got upset by a bad team. TCU.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, we have a crash on 41 northbound at Capitol Drive. It's off on the right shoulder So just watch out for some delays through that area. The southbound side's a little bit tight from Appleton Avenue down towards Capitol. Northbound 43 slowing from Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keefe. And then westbound 94 delayed from the Marquette all the way to the Stadium Interchange. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, clearing skies with a low of 46. Tomorrow, all day sunshine with the high of 62 at the lake, 70 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. Alex Strofe is Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, he
They
is.
got a title, but I worry about what the future of this team is.
Tune into ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12:30 for Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
Why? I do not touch TikTok at work.
I don't believe you at all.
Look at my screen time if you want to. You can look at my screen time if you want to. I'd happily send it to you.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12:30 on ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Biz Expo is May 22nd at Brookfield Conference Center. Learn from the experts at the strategy seminars and keynote on building a legendary brand. Connect with business leaders and customers at Biz Expo May 22nd. Register at biztimes.com/bizexpo.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Spring fishing is finally here, and Fleet Farm has everything you need to reel in more fish this year. Upgrade your gear with the best brands like Rapala, Berkeley, and St. Croix. Find exclusive flicker sheds you won't find anywhere else, starting at $12.99. Get rod and reel combos starting at only $24.99. And shop our wide selection of fishing line that starts at just $4.99. Land top fishing gear and everything else you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm.
Even when you get a great price, diamonds cost a lot of money.
But we want you to be able to buy the engagement ring you really want.
You won't have to settle for anything less than fantastic when you come to Kessler's.
We do everything in our power to make it possible for you to give her that magical engagement ring you really want her to have.
Friendly financing makes it possible.
We can give you 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit.
And with approved credit, we can give you 36 months to pay with just 9.99%.
And if getting your credit approved is a problem, we've even got second chance financing for people who deserve a second chance.
Don't settle for second best. Come to Kessler's.
Seriously, we do everything in our power to make it possible for you to give her that magical engagement ring you really want her to have.
That's the sort of thing you can expect from us when you hear us say, "Welcome to Kessler's."
Welcome to Kessler's.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com. And one more thing, welcome to Kesslers.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. Spending more time at home? Don't forget that 94.5 ESPN's on your smart speaker. Just ask Alexa to open 94.5 ESPN. 94.5 ESPN on Alexa is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I said I'm going to be annoying as I'm 16-11-1. Ryan chimes in, starts to get annoying. Brother, you're already there. I appreciate the honesty, Ryan. JB and the V, it's not that Benny is smart, it's that the callers are dumb.
Dang.
I mean, independent, Republican, Democrat for the branches of government.
I think everyone thinks they can do better until they're on the spot.
I know. The light shine bright. That's when I shine.
I do shine bright.
That's when I shine. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. If you missed Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust or any of our shows so far, catch it on YouTube, where we're live right now at ESPN Madison, at ESPN Milwaukee, or at WisconsinOnDemand.com. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show. He's doing a great job today because Mr. Irrelevant is not till tomorrow. You're a good producer. Be ready for a bad show from Strofe tomorrow when he
How
has
did
to
I do
host.
yesterday? Just out of curiosity.
I thought you were solid. You think you were lacking a little bit of energy?
Okay, hold on a minute. I'm done with this.
Why?
Brad, Kyle, ignore Ben for a moment. Do you see a significant drop in my production on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday each week?
Oh man, this is
I'm
we
not.
got put on the spot here.
You're a content manager here at Good Cover Brands. Honesty is a core value, Kyle.
You know, Strofe. I'll just say this: there is a. I think last week you talked about how tired you were when you had to multitask. I'm gonna say, hey, listen. What did they say? The crown is heavy to those who have to wear it. Something like that. I mean, so you just learn to adjust, my friend. I commend the fact that you're trying to wear many hats, but I would say you're a little bit more lively Tuesday, Thursday. But who wouldn't be? You know.
Oh, yeah. I can understand how challenging it would be to host a show and produce one.
You guys are so soft.
It's hard. I feel like I'm in the middle of a lover's quarrel right now.
Right.
Don't bring your friends into this.
We just
Why can't we talk, Strofe? Why do you got to talk to them? You need validation from them because you know they won't say anything bad about you?
No, I mean, clearly they will. Is the issue.
Did we say anything bad?
I don't think so.
I didn't say anything bad at all. I think you're a good producer.
Oh, jeez. Now he's going to add that
You're a good
one.
producer.
All right, Brad.
I said, baby, we got to do more sucking.
I love that one so much. That is in reference to his flooded basement, just for the record. Brad, tell Strofe and I, who are the dumbest of us, we don't have MBAs. It's fair. How the salary cap works, because you can dumb it down for us.
All right. It's not quite as simple as I'm going to describe, but this is going to represent like 80 to 90% of how the salary cap in the NFL works. And this matters because we're talking about Jared Goff getting money, Jordan Love getting money. How does that work? Now, guys, 2 words I would use to describe the NFL salary cap. It's real and it's restrictive. People always throw around that like MLB and NBA, like there's wiggle room. There's no wiggle room. Yes, question.
What do you say to the people that they say, like, oh, the salary cap's not real? You start with it's real, but there's a lot of people that think it's not.
It's real.
You can just move money, put it aside, then maybe there's dead cap money, but, like, you can always seem to make each year work.
Yeah, that's because a lot of restructuring, a lot of pushing into the future. There is some things you can do, but if you are doling out dollars, it will get recognized in some year. And you cannot go over the cap. That's the thing. The NBA, you can go into luxury cap, you can go into second luxury cap. In the NFL, there's a salary cap, and no team will go over. You know what happens if you go over? The NFL will start actively releasing guys from their contracts.
Has that happened?
It's never happened before. Never. It's because no team will allow it.
That's why people say it's not real.
It's real because the NFL will start releasing contracts from your team.
Wait a minute. Can you explain this, how that they release contracts just randomly? They'll just take guys off your team.
You're out.
I don't know how they select it. I don't know if it's like the
Punter,
biggest contract, the lowest contracts, but they will start canceling contracts if you're over. That's why it'll never happen. That's what'll never happen. So here's how you have to think about it. You have to think the NFL salary cap like a household budget. Just like a household budget. It's real and it's restrictive. But here's the thing. You have a fixed dollars amount to spend, and everyone makes the same amount. So we all make the same amount of money, just like NFL teams all have the same salary cap. No debt is allowed. The only way that you can spread out money is to spread it out into future years. Like for like a mortgage, for instance. You pay that over time. So like with Jordan Love or Jared Goff, he's not getting $212 million this year. They're spreading that out over time. So fixed dollar amount, everyone makes the same, no debts allowed, and you can only spread things out. Now, here are the best ways to start to describe this as the NFL salary cap like a household budget. Signing an expensive quarterback is like buying an expensive house. One big purchase that gobbles up a lot of your household budget. It's flashy, but you gotta live. Consumes a lot of your budget, and all of a sudden you can't have as much money to go out to eat, to maybe get a nice car, you have to clip some coupons at the grocery store. You have to find other ways to make your money spread out because so much is going into the house. On the flip side, if you have a cheap quarterback, it's like living in an affordable apartment. Kind of maybe a cheap, maybe a run-down apartment. But you can go get a Mercedes-Benz like Ben drives. You can take a nice vacation. You can go shop at Whole Foods. You can do all those things because you can spread out the money elsewhere. Now, here's the big question. just like in life, like our household budget, our question is, how do I dispense my money in such a way that maximizes my life, that creates a life that I want to live?
AKA a Super Bowl for Kyle Wallace.
Yes. That is what all the teams are asking themselves. How do I dispense my money, my fixed amount of money, so that I can create a Super Bowl championship team? So we are all facing the same question as these NFL GMs. But here's the kicker. Most believe, as this show would believe, that if you have a nice house, that elevates all the rest of your belongings. That car looks a little bit nicer. The food tastes a little bit better. When you have that nice house, it is worth that investment. On the flip side, if you don't have that quarterback, then maybe, you drive the car, but you go home to a crappy apartment. You can go out to Whole Foods, but you're doing it in a crappy kitchen. That is why you tend to pay the quarterback, because it makes everything just a little bit better. But to sum up for a salary cap, if Jordan Love gets signed to $55 million a year, you are taking your household budget and you are saying, okay, all this money is going to this one item. I now need to make do with less everywhere else. One of the reasons why Goody is signing all these young rookies, he probably knows he has to pay the quarterback. So I'm going to make do with all the rest of the positions, try to spread that money out a little bit more thin.
Strofe, how much of that went over your head?
About 42%.
Okay.
What
did you learn?
Do you have? Any questions?
People have budgets.
People have budgets. It's funny. No, it's serious. Like, you don't have a budget?
Not a very strict one, no.
So you don't have a budget?
No, like I cooked up a spreadsheet several months ago.
Oh, you're a dire need, huh? Spreadsheets already?
Have you?
Is it bad that I have a spreadsheet for budgets?
Oh, not recently, no. Not with the recent life transition.
This is probably when you need it most.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
But in the same way, Goody takes his spreadsheet of salary cap and actively puts some money towards things, and the only difference is he has to abide by it because those are contracts.
The beautiful part is
you don't got to abide by it. Gobble up as much debt as you want on those credit cards, buddy. A+ analysis by Brad, dropping knowledge out here.
Trying to just make it bottom shelf for all of us out here.
It makes sense. This is why, the broke boys drive the nice, expensive cars, because if you drive the nice, expensive car, what do? You might get the hottest chick out there. And once you get the hottest chick out there, you're happy.
You just hope that...
Is that it?
That's why broke boys drive good, nice cars, so they get all the attention, and hopefully you think that attracts the thing that you want.
But you just...
Higher or lower than an 8.5?
Higher or lower than an 8.5? What does that mean? Does it mean underdog?
Yeah, well, I was like you said, the car gets the girl. Is she above or higher or lower than 8.5? I'm trying my best here.
KBN Nation, you can't pick women on Underdog Fantasy, but you can pick sports. I can tell you that. Whether it's NHL, NBA, NFL, and eventually, but you can definitely pick sports. And listen, the NBA season is in high gear, and I'm telling y'all, there's no easier way to get in on all the action every single day with Underdog Fantasy Sports and their pick'em game. Here's how it works. Listen, you pick between 2 to 5 players. You select higher or lower on those players' stats from 2 different teams. And if your picks hit, guess what? You could win up to 100 times your money. Yes, 100 times your money. With the NBA season in high gear, MLB heating up, this is a perfect time to get in the game and to win money. So I want you to go to your mobile phone and download their easy-to-use mobile app or visit UnderdogFantasy.com, and I want you to use promo code KBN. That's promo code KBN, and they will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick'em entry, and they will also give you a nice deposit offer. So I'm telling you right now, use promo code KBN and get your deposit offer. Make sure you also get your mystery special pick and have fun playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app today. Must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Alex Strove's time to shine. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
We've called him Whitey Tighties. We've called him the Hall Monitor. He's Jesse Nelson. Like, he's just, I'm Jesse Nelson. Kyle, you're Jesse Nelson.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We've got some delays along southbound 894 starting from before Oklahoma Avenue down and around the Hale interchange to about 84th Street. Westbound on 894 slowing down out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to 68th Street. That's through the construction zone. But to add to the complications, westbound 894 just west of 27th Street, we have the 2 center lanes blocked with a crash. Traffic is brought to you by Great Lakes Dragaway, a quarter-mile-long drag strip plus a drift pad. Even drive your own car on the track. Find full events, schedules, and ticket information at greatlakesdragaway.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, clearing skies with a low of 46. Tomorrow, all-day sunshine. A high of 62 at the lake, 70 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust for Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Make the most out of your summer at Road America, located conveniently between Green Bay, Milwaukee, and Madison in Elkhart Lake. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Make sure you get tickets for the NTT IndyCar Series race at Road America June 6th through the 9th. Come for the experience and stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
Show the world what your business is made of with 3 Tree Marketing.
So at 3 Tree, we're storytellers through merchandise. Every brand we work with has a unique story, and we're there to tell it using merchandise, display, appreciation, and gifting.
President Kevin Van Rossum knows that's important.
There's promo peddlers again, or tchotchke vendors, or whatever cliche people want to use. But we work with our client partners to become an extension of their team. We provide ideas, unique offerings that fit budget, timing, as well as messaging.
Check out why 3 Tree is the partner you need. 3treemarketing.com.
Spring fishing is finally here, and Fleet Farm has everything you need to reel in more fish this year. Upgrade your gear with the best brands like Rapala, Berkeley, and St. Croix. Find exclusive flicker sheds you won't find anywhere else, starting at $12.99. Get rod and reel combos starting at only $24.99. And shop our wide selection of fishing line that starts at just $4.99. Land top fishing gear and everything else you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm.
Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 5 million members. It is the most fun and exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. Pretty simple. You just pick more or less on 2 or more players' stats for a shot to win up to 100x on your cash. And testing my skills on Prize Picks this playoff basketball season, it's the most simple way to get in on the action. You just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and submit your lineup. Made my first $10 deposit and received an instant $10 bonus. If you have the skills, you can play for a shot at turning your $10 into $1,000. This playoff season, the star players mean more on Prize Picks. Keep an eye out for starred players on the board, and you could receive a 10% payout boost if they're in your winning lineup. Download the app today and use that code WI for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code WI on Prize Picks for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh, have not only a night, but a weekend to remember as you watch the PGA Tour champions, including tournament host and defending champion Steve Stricker at the American Family Insurance Championship when it returns to University Ridge Golf Course June 7th through June 9th. What a weekend it's going to be. Not only do you get a chance to watch these great golfers, you also get a chance to watch a great concert by Train on Friday, June 7th at Breeze Stevens Field. And what I love about this tournament, this concert, everything about this weekend, proceeds will support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and the American Family Children's Hospital. So KBN Nation, I want you to get your tickets today to a great, memorable weekend by visiting amfamchampionship.com. That is GamFamChampionship.com to have a great weekend of golf and a great weekend of entertainment at the University Ridge Golf Course coming up June 7th through June 9th.
In radio, our goal's pretty simple.
Just so you know, we really suck.
Have an A show or an F show.
Hey, I'll decide who sucks around here.
The same goes for topics in this next segment. This is the KBN Academy.
Those that can't do, teach.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Ben Brust alongside Packer backer Kyle Wallace, Brainiac Brad, and dumb brain Alex Strofe about to give it his best shot in the KBN Academy.
Away we go, fellas. Let's start with the Run It Back tour. The NFL announced this morning that the first Monday Night Football game on ESPN will be the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Jets with quarterback Aaron Rodgers, who, of course, infamously tore his Achilles on Monday Night Football in Week 1.
We don't say, I hate the A word.
Excuse me, the A word. He tore his A word.
Thank you.
He tore his butthole. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe we need something else for.
Yeah, I don't think that
Achilles. Like
Achilles? Isn't that what they said? Achilles on the
Achilles.
Anyway, I've got the over-under of Aaron Rodgers snaps in Week 1 at 6.5.
Oh my gosh! Look, I just hope it's a whole season. Because the NFL is more entertaining and better when Aaron Rodgers is on the football field, whether it's with Green Bay, the Jets, or whoever. I want to see. I love the NFL. I love the product. I want to see the best players play. I want to know if he's got something left in the tank. He's great for entertainment. He is a great throw of the football. What also is entertainment is the idea that they could make a run and go to the playoffs, make it to the AFC Championship game, and lose, and every Packer fan be like, see, we know what this is like. Even just getting to the playoffs for them is a story for the NFL. I love the idea of knowing that Aaron Rodgers is back. He is fun to embrace, whether you like him or don't like him. I want to see him play football.
Yeah, I mean, he's a character, and he's grown into being a character, and I want to see him be healthy all season. I want to see him play in these great matchups. So many games last year, the New York Jets are playing in them, and you were like, man, this game would be great if Rodgers was playing, and he wasn't, and the game stunk. This is a great example of Aaron Rodgers plays for the Jets. This is a marquee matchup. He gets injured, it's a stinker. So give me the marquee matchup every time. I'd like to see Rodgers play.
Oh, my goodness. What a line. You said a disrespectful line for my boy Aaron Rodgers. And yes,
your boy?
Can say my boy. Listen, because we had disagreement, he still is my boy. The one thing that wins.
The longest relationship.
Yeah,
it was the longest relationship you've ever had in your life.
Yeah.
Inside your family.
And here's the thing. What winning cures all. And you know what Jordan Love did? He won. All the hesitation and nervousness I had is all out the window. I'm good here in my household. So I wish for the best for Aaron Rodgers, and I hope he makes it over 6.5 games, and I hope they have a great game as well.
What a wacky 48 hours for the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay, fellas. As Sunday, head coach Sundance Wicks accepted,
great name.
Yeah, great name. Sundance, Wyoming, a city in Wyoming. He accepted the new men's basketball head coaching job at Wyoming. And earlier this afternoon, the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay announces they have hired Doug Gottlieb as their new men's basketball head coach. He will also continue to do his daily national radio show as the head coach of the Division I program. What do we make of the hire?
Look, for UW-Green Bay, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of nice for them to bring in a name to just put UW-Green Bay in headlines. But what I will say is the idea that Gottlieb is keeping his radio show is asinine. You talk to any college coach, mid-major, low major, trying to be high major, and like blue blood. And the only way you can find success is to be on 24/7. I've talked to Coach Gard about it. I've talked to other coaches about it. The ever-changing landscape of NIL, you have to recruit high school. You have to recruit your own team every year. You got to make sure they're all happy. You got to recruit the transfer portal. You can't be gone 3 hours of the day. What if somebody needs something? What if a player wants something? What if you need to make a decision on who you're going to bring in, who you're going to go after, what they want? Like, you need to be on all the time. 2 to 5, 3 to 6 Eastern, which will be 2 to 5 when he's doing the show nationally.
Don't watch it. Don't listen.
I hear you.
Something better to listen to.
Right
KBN.
here.
Hey.
You don't have to go anywhere. But my point is it's stupid. It's stupid to allow him to be able to do his radio show. Fine with the hire. Say what you want about it. If you like him, don't like him. I think it's great for UW Green Bay to be on the map, but for him to do his radio show and be able to get that through is stupid.
Would you feel differently if it was just 1 hour a day?
No. I feel 100% of your effort should be put towards the university. If I'm the university, I'm not letting him do that.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, if he was walking away from his radio program, I would still be a bit hesitant because he has zero coaching experience and he's been in the media for 20 years. But I would have said, you know what? Dude's committed. He's gave up this other life, this known name in media to be a coach. He is committed. Little did I know he's keeping his radio show, making this a mistake and a travesty for everyone involved. His radio show is going to suffer because, guys, we know this isn't just a 3-hour show. There's more before and after this show that goes on continuously to make this good. So his radio show is going to stink now, and the team's likely going to stink because he can't go out there and coach well, recruit well, do the things that it takes to have a college basketball team compete even in the league that the University of Green Bay is in. So
Horizon
League. The Horizon League, which is no slouch. So I think it's a terrible mistake, the fact that he's keeping it.
It's kind of a slouch.
No, it's not a slouch.
Yeah.
The Milwaukee Panthers, home of true home of the Panthers.
This is a joke.
We like Horizon League.
We like UW Milwaukee.
Yeah, we like Green Bay too.
We do. Here's the thing: this is outside of the box. This is unorthodox, but I like it. It's different. It's weird, but I like it. You know why I like it? It's because Green Bay is UW Green Bay. And as you said, the Horizon League is not a major school, and heck, I don't even know if it's a mid-major. But here's the thing. Guess what? You go to ESPN.com right now, and what do you see? You see Gottlieb heading to Green Bay. You go to JS Online, what do you see? UWGB named radio host Doug Gottlieb as this men's coach. This is making waves for UW Green Bay. And so if the whole point of signing this guy is to be able to have national pull, maybe get more money, maybe help recruit, this is a great move by UW Green Bay because guess what, fellas? They have nothing to lose. All they are a factory for producing good coaches that go on to other places. So might as well maximize and get a guy that has a big name that could potentially bring you a little bit of glory and notoriety. This is an outstanding move by Doug Gottlieb, an outstanding move by UW Green Bay because if it doesn't work, what happens? You find a new coach. I love the move.
I'm shocked by that take by Kyle. I'm okay with it.
A part-time head coach?
No, I just think he's not really liked by many people.
Oh, I don't like Doug Gottlieb.
Okay, there it is.
I mean, listen, I didn't say I like the guy.
Most don't.
Yeah, I'm just saying overall it's a good move for them because here's the thing. People are talking about UW Green Bay. More people know that UW Green Bay hired Doug Gottlieb and they'll have no idea who Sonny or Sundance Wicker or whatever his name was.
Wicks.
They have no idea who that is. They have no idea. But if
he wasn't even the most popular Wicks in Wisconsin.
Exactly. If I told Brad that Sundance Wicks got fired or left Green Bay, you'd be like, who? But if I told you Green Bay hired Doug Gottlieb, you'd be like, what?
Is that going to help them in recruiting, though?
I think
we'll find out.
He's well connected, I'm sure, in college basketball. He's coached under Bruce Pearl before for the Maccabee games down in, I think it's the Israel.
Maccabee.
Oh
my gosh, the Maccabee.
I don't know. I thought I was speaking Israeli.
Just stop. 800-990-3776. I'm going to tell you about somebody from a country of Greece who came here to create a home, and that's Giannis and his brother Thanasis. And Thanasis has been amazing on the podcast, The Thanalysis Show. And you can find that on YouTube. Subscribe to The Thanalysis Show. A.J. Dillon just dropped. They had Stephen A. Smith. The live event with Giannis was amazing. That's always great. If you still haven't seen that, I implore you to watch back on YouTube. Subscribe. Get their show wherever you get your podcasts. It's The Thanalysis Show with tons of different guests. It's entertainment. You'll get an inside look at one of the Antetokounmpo brothers that loves being here in the state of Wisconsin. Go to the call or get them on the other side. Let's go to the call. Brian in Lake Mills, you're up.
Hey, scrolling through social media on this whole Gottlieb hire, and have other schools done this where they've begged other coaches to give us a warm story of why you respect Coach Gottlieb, and then they send it off on their social media? It's kind of pathetic. Your guys' take on what's going on.
Thank you for the call, Brian. I think he's referencing that there was a release of people already pre-planned to say how much they're excited about it. That's not anything new, but maybe they went a little extra because we just discussed how Doug isn't the most universally liked. But look, I kind of am in the side of this. It does put UW Green Bay on the map. UW Green Bay is on more headlines than you're going to see UW Green Bay from a sports standpoint. So I guess that's a good thing. But what comes after that, I don't trust. I just don't. 800-990-3776. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. We wrap up the ESPN Wisconsin hour. And man, these shows are going way too fast. Brad has a story about Kyle's email etiquette, and it's so good. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
I think it's clear.
Yeah, and if Doc replicates what Booty did last year, or all I'm saying
Come on, guys. His name is Coach Bud.
If he replicates
Coach Booty,
what Coach Bud
on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The biggest games of the NBA playoffs happen right here.
McConnell sends it to Toppin, who reverse jams on the alley-oop.
They can pop again. Jokic for three. Good!
We are the home of the NBA playoffs on ESPN
Here's
Radio.
Kyrie putting Tucker on skates. Three, knocked down. Hit it! The shot of Game 6.
Edwards directing traffic with a right-hand dribble. Spins baseline, jumpers up, and in! Working the Nuggets!
94.5 ESPN and streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app.
Be greeted by an owner at America's largest employee-owned jewelry store.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh for the Bath Authority, and if your bath or shower is old, outdated, has mold and mildew, or broken tiles, you gotta call my friends at the Bath Authority. All Bath Authority products are 100% made in the USA and can be installed in as little as 1 day by a certified factory technician. Elevate your bathroom to a new level of luxury, style, and safety by scheduling your free in-home estimate and getting $1,500 off a new shower or bath, plus 36 months of interest-free financing. Restrictions do apply. TheBathAuthority.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount liquor. If it's a celebrate or tailgate, when you're gonna recreate upstate. If it's a holiday, birthday, any date, you can save at Discount Liquor.
Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. It's time to stock up for your Memorial Day weekend celebrations. Whether you need a couple of cases, a cold half barrel, a great bottle of wine, your favorite craft beer, or hard-to-find liquor, you'll find it at Discount Liquor, all at the lowest prices in town. Visit us at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow in Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store in Milwaukee again. Have a happy and safe Memorial Day weekend from all of us at Discount Liquor.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley love their patio door from Powell Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing, and it makes it comfortable for the life we live.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside and no drafts, it's a game changer.
Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months when you order by May 31st. Set your free in-home consultation at powwi.com.
Certain restrictions apply. That's 5/31/2024.
Homer here to tell you about Rawhide Youth Services. Co-founded in 1965 by Bart and Cherry Starr, Rawhide is a faith-based nonprofit that helps thousands of youth every year, many right here in Milwaukee, overcome trauma, suicidal thoughts, and live better lives. For youth who are hurting, who feel lost or abandoned, and families feeling powerless to help them, Rawhide is there to help. They also need vehicle donations to support their mission of helping hurting youth transform their future. Donate to Rawhide Youth Services. Visit rawhide.org/donate.
Another MVP has joined the roster at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, Dr. Michael Nolte. Expertscape recently named him part of the top 1% of spine expertise in the world. Dr. Nolte has published over 50 peer-reviewed articles in leading scientific journals and authored more than 100 national presentations. They added this MVP specialist for orthopedic, neurosurgical, and spine care because at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
The Princeton Club is amazing. Whether it's in New Berlin, in the Milwaukee area, or the locations in Madison. Just know this. It's been huge. Free childcare with your membership. That is such a luxury that you don't get anywhere else. Plus, it's open 24/7. If you're looking for a clean health club, they're the cleanest in Wisconsin. They take care of their club so you have an experience that keeps you coming back. All you need to do is find the courage. And I mean that. Have the courage to go in there, get a tour, and you'll see everything they have to offer. You'll feel the vibe, and you're thinking, you know what, this is for me. They have something for everyone. Weights, cardio, workout classes. They're always making the equipment better, the locker rooms better, because they care about you and your fitness journey. So find your better tomorrow and have the courage to go into the Princeton Club. You're going to love it. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show. 800-990-3776. On YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Brad Nortman brought something to our attention that I didn't even see. But now that you've it's almost like once you said it, I was like, he does do that. So we have an opportunity that we can't discuss, but we sent out an email through our show group, like everyone was listed on there, and we all had to reply if we were available to do a specific thing. What did I say, Brad?
Yes, we got an email saying, hey, you guys available to do this? It's an awesome opportunity. And Ben just said in. I-N, in. Sent back to reply all. I sent back shortly after that, absolutely. Just one word, absolutely.
Did Strofe say anything?
Strofe said something after the fact as a part of coordinating the effort to do it. So
good job.
Thanks, man.
You're a good producer. You're a good producer.
You're a good producer.
But Kyle Wallace has a way of emailing that we have noticed. It is very, very unique. Kyle Wallace said back, good morning. I am in. Best. Kyle Wallace.
Why?
Kyle
Why
Wallace
good morning and best?
Has the most, real quick, Kyle Wallace has the most professional emails, even in the most casual email threads. It's one of those things where, you guys ever seen the thing on social media where it says, let someone know you've been kidnapped without saying that, where they'd be put on alert? It'd be me saying, hey, I've just had my 5th straight fast food dinner, whatever. You'd be like, something's wrong.
Yeah, what happened?
If Kyle sent an email saying, what up, boys?
I'm in.
I'm in. Mm-hmm. What's happening? That should be an alarm going off for all of us. Kyle, you have the most professional emails.
Yeah, and that's the thing is you have to have consistency. You're supposed to be professional. It is not a professional email just to email I'm in. And
no, I didn't even say I'm. I just said in.
Yeah, those aren't professional emails. I'm a
Why does it have to be professional? Strofe, do you need me to say, hi, KBN Nation and team?
No.
I am available.
Cut the crap.
For
I don't need the pleasantries.
Thank
Just tell
you.
me whether or
Just
not
tell me
you're
you're in.
That's not the
I don't
way-
need good
that's
morning.
not the
I
way-
don't need best. Are you in or are you out?
You're not emailing the CEOs of different companies,
No,
Kyle.
it's
You're
us.
emailing
I'm sorry that I value you all as much as a CEO.
So
See,
you know
the
what?
difference is you see C-suite, you see people high up, and you want to kiss behind. See, me, I give everybody the respect and the dignity that they deserve by giving them consistency. And then also, we get quizzed a lot on different tests around here from IT. And whenever my team says, hey, did you send this email? I say, does this look like it came from me? Did it say good morning? Did it say good afternoon? Did it say, hey, what are your insert name here?
Stop
Did it
telling
say best at
everyone
the
what
end?
your template is.
No,
And then
I mean-
now we're going to get fished based off you telling everyone how you're structuring.
Better check the email. Better make sure it's from me. And so my whole thing is this: is that I consistently give the same thing every single time because that's what I do. You know that it's from me. And also I treat you all like
Do you
professionals.
have your emails already preset? So in the morning from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. it says good morning and best already in there, and then from 11 to 3 it's good afternoon and good evening.
At a previous employer, I did actually set that up. I had more time to actually try to fiddle around with that and do something like that where you can say good morning.
A dork.
When is the demarcation from good morning to good afternoon to good evening?
Right at noon. Actually, it's pretty tough because here's
Disagree.
The thing.
Disagree.
Because here's the thing. At 11,
You've sent us good afternoon at 10:30 a.m. before.
if I did it, it's because I'm probably moving fast. But it's a rarity. Most of the times when I'm looking at the clock and I think about, well, what what area code or not area
That
code?
was my first day.
Where is somebody at based off of this? Is somebody, are they in L.A. where I work with somebody in L.A. or is it, somebody on the East Coast?
So you're considering the recipient when they receive it?
Absolutely. If I send something to the West Coast and I got to say good morning, but usually after the first one I don't continue to do it. But yeah, after 11:59, good afternoon. After 6 o'clock, good evening.
Don't act like you didn't kiss some Sunday Karma butt to move up the ranks.
I did not. I'm sorry that I was, I fell into being a producer. I got
Sunday Karma, Craig Karmazin, CEO of Good Karma Brands, produced by Kyle Wallace right here.
Tell him good morning every
No
time.
coincidence he wasn't
You think when he texted me,
kissing that
good
butt.
morning, Craig.
Yeah.
Are we still on for today at 10 a.m.?
Are we doing our radio show together? You're so professional.
I try to be at all times, man.
Rutledge and Hamilton up next in Madison. A Torilo Tuesday on a Tuesday. Next, right here on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got a few accidents out on the road. First of all, on 894 westbound, right about at 27th Street, the two right lanes are blocked right now. That's backing things up through the Mitchell interchange. And 894 eastbound, right about at 84th Street, we have the right lane blocked with a broken down vehicle. That's tying things up back through the Hale interchange all the way up to about National Avenue. It's really slow. Off the freeway system, we do have an accident northbound on Highway 100. Just north of Oklahoma Avenue, we've got this accident here that is blocking the right lane. Traffic is brought to you by the club at Lac La Belle. The historic course is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time at club@laclabelle.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, clearing skies with a low of 46. Tomorrow, all day sunshine, a high of 62 at the lake, 70 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
For the ultimate sports betting experience, get in the game at Potawatomi Sportsbook. Unleash your inner champion with dozens of betting kiosks, a VIP deck, high-end bar, first-class restaurant, broadcast booth, a 2,000 square foot video wall, and more. It's a sports fan's paradise, 24/7. Bet above the rest. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Visit the website for more. Must be 21 years old. All bets must be made on site.
Donald Driver and Cousin Subs are teaming up to kick off an amazing week in May. Now through Sunday, Double D and Cousins are offering 80-cent delivery on any order of $30 or more. Choose from your favorite deli fresh or grilled-to-order subs, signature sides, and catering. Simply spend $30 or more online or on Cousins' mobile app and have them delivered for just 80 cents. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. KBN on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We them boys. We them boys. We making noise.
It's the 414 hour at 4 on KBN.
He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust alongside Brad Nortman. Alex Strofe running the show. 800-990-3776 is the ESPN Wisconsin talking text line. Strofe's always open to chat with anyone. Loves the phones. Light it up, baby. I want the fans to just chit-chat you.
Why'd you say that like I don't enjoy the phones?
You don't like the fans.
That's so unbelievably inaccurate.
I know.
I'm going to bring you to court for slander.
Would be the first time.
Now, yeah, I'm going to say, welcome to KBN.
Welcome
where
to
your
Kyle's life.
Your character assassination happens every single day.
Just write your notes vigorously, Kyle.
Yeah,
Shut up.
go sit down and go write your notes.
Yeah.
Tori Lowe.
Last time I speak up for you, but
Tori Lowe
remember
Tuesday. What's up, T. Lowe?
Hey, how y'all doing?
How do you think we're doing based off the start here?
Hey, sound like some character assassination going on.
Thank you.
Tense. Very
well,
tense.
tell Kyle to stop
Some
saying
intense
dumb
conversations.
things.
Oh, wow.
Do you believe that everything Kyle says is right?
Hey, look, I don't believe everything anybody says is right. I think that
Smart man.
I was just talking to somebody, and now it's about what you believe to be true and not the truth.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that is.
Take me down this rabbit hole.
Well, the thing is, now in 2024, as long as you believe it is true, it don't have to be true according to truth.
So I'm 6'8"?
Yeah.
If they added a couple inches on there, I don't know.
No. You said
You a
it's not-
6'8" black man. If you say it, it's true.
I'm a 6'8" black man.
I can't stop. Listen,
Hey,
I can tell you no,
I
but
can't
who am
even
I?
fight you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hey,
Put on
My
your
dreams
ID.
have come true.
Yeah, your dreams.
Wait,
I ain't
you
NBA,
might-
though.
I can maybe go past sitting on the bench in Summer League in the NBA.
Hey, hold on. You might lose your credit score.
Wait a minute. He's like, what is this? 575. What happened?
I would like to trade places with Tori for a day.
Oh, well, we got a missing person, so you be
have
working.
Here's the thing. You have a chance to actually do what he does.
We got a missing person that came into the studio today, so
Wait, how could a missing person come?
no, his
up?
mother. That's
I'd say that would be an amazing story.
Hold on, that's advocate. hold on,
There they were.
That's advocate talk. When we say missing person, that means that's a case.
And so you handle that,
Yeah,
like just out of the kindness of your heart.
they called into the show yesterday. We got engaged after the show, and now the media is covering the story.
So what's your first step in trying to find a missing person?
Well, the first step is
For
to
real.
talk to the family because just like a detective would do, you need to know what's going on. Like what happened, what type of person, was there any clues? Then once you get that, then you form a search party around that information. And then you bring the awareness to the community. If anybody know anything or have any information, please contact the family, the police, or Tori Lowe.
Wow,
Tori, you're awesome.
this is like
The family,
That's
of
real
police,
talk,
Tori
man.
Lowe.
That is real talk.
That's powerful. Strove, hit the dang button.
Pow!
There it is.
Hey.
Speaking of powerful, this is a pivot.
Hey.
This is a pivot.
What do you think of Kyle Wallace's emails?
Is it the spam that try to get you to click on it?
I told you.
How many times you clicked on it?
Tori, don't say that out loud.
You're a bad manager.
Don't say that out loud.
Now they're gonna come after Tori.
Do you
Hold
think
on,
his, do you
I'm
think his
just being
emails?
honest,
Do you
hey.
think his emails are pretty professional?
Well, I don't even.
Because they're highly professional.
Should I say what I want to say?
Go ahead and say what you
Please.
want to say, Tori.
You know, when I come to work and I see Kyle Wallace is on the email, I'm afraid to click it because it might be the test.
What
Before you know.
You're scared of the
Hold on.
internal.
Yes, the tech crew here. They'll set it up.
Now, Tori, what didn't I say? My emails either start with "Hey," "Good morning," "Good afternoon," "Good evening."
Right. I went a whole year without having to take all these tests and first click all this stuff, the clickbait stuff.
So you're afraid every email from Kyle Wallace is a gotcha.
It's the tech crew.
It's a gotcha.
Right.
It's a lure.
I went from having no quizzes to take to 18 on two.
You thought school was
on two
over.
clicks. Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm cool. Kyle's like, oh,
Security training's
Kyle,
real here.
And Kyle got to be behind. I don't know if he's behind it, but
listen.
he walked past me and said, "Oh, Tori never clicks on those things," and I never got a Kyle Wallace click, like where it was his email acting like
Oh yeah, manager.
decoy?
Yeah, he's a manager.
After that conversation, I'm like, okay, hey, Kyle. Like, and next thing you know, I got to take 18 tests.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna let KBN
18
Nation look
quizzes.
behind. The reason why I don't listen, I'm sick of the dang email. See, here's the thing: you get an email to take the thing. I get an email for you and everybody else to make sure y'all take stuff. So I'm sick of the dang email. So I'm like, please take this.
Take the quizzes.
He good now. Tori's name not on the list.
I took a whole weekend to do them.
Oh man.
Just to get caught back up.
Could have been doing advocate work, but Kyle's got him taking security quizzes.
Well, he shouldn't have clicked on the dang thing. You have to talk to IT. Hey, me.
Tori, the news of the day yesterday was the NFC North quarterback Jared Goff signed for $53 million a year. You think Jordan Love will get more or less?
I think that Jordan Love right now is in a space where I think what they said is that a 1 year for 22?
For who?
Jordan Love. Or is that
how much he's making this year?
No, I'm talking about this upcoming season.
Well, he's not. He's currently in negotiation.
Right.
But if he doesn't sign, he's
I think
gonna
it's
get
like
20
15
something.
or 16.
It's actually less than what it was last year.
Right.
Oh.
He had a bigger guarantee in his fourth year, and the majority of his fifth year salary was based off incentives of how he played last year. So they guarantee him more money to give him, some comfortability, but also is incentive-based and kind of a tryout. And we would say that he pretty much hit the tryout out of the park other than the early part of the season.
I think that if Jared Goff can get $53 million, I think Jordan Love can get in the area of $50 million.
Oh, you
think below Jared Goff?
Yeah,
I mean, that's because KBN Nation, they had said 55% didn't think that he should get more than 53. 45 said he should get more.
Well, I believe that Jordan Love is the hottest quarterback in the conversation right now between Jordan Love and Jared. But I do believe that Jordan Love is young. He has a longer future. I think that he should get more money. But many times, when it comes to what we think in Green Bay, and a lot of people may get him right there at that average where 50, we're not going to complain about it.
So right now, currently with the economics of quarterbacks, right, they tend to jump one another. Because we would all agree Jared Goff is not the second best quarterback in the NFL.
No, he's not.
But now he's being paid on an annual basis as the second best quarterback in the NFL. And Josh Allen's like ninth, right? I mean, he just signed his contract a couple of years ago. So if Jordan Love said, I want to be number one right alongside Joe Burrow, $55 million a year, and said, I won't go less than that. If you were Goody, would you just hold out and let him play another full year of that? Or would you eventually say, you know what, better too early than too late?
But, dude, it doesn't seem like Jordan Love is that aggressive, though. It seems like he's laid back.
Not about Jordan Love. Come on now.
Make sure you get paid. Now, that's what an agent gets paid to do.
I think that many times when we talk about these salaries, I didn't even agree with the Atlanta salary, with the quarterback that went from the
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins. I mean, that was ridiculous.
45 a year.
So what I'm saying is, Jordan Love is young. This is his first real major contract. I could see him landing around 53.
Yeah, and he should land around 53, right? Because you just mentioned Kirk Cousins, him getting $45 million a year. That's what teams do when they're desperate. That's what teams do when they have to get somebody. You sign a Kirk Cousins, who I believe is 34, 35 years old, coming off an Achilles injury. Like an Achilles injury at that age, for some people, your career is over. They just gave that man $180 million. But that's what desperation will allow you to do. You, on the flip side, as the Green Bay Packers, have a young ascending quarterback that you can pay $53 million, $54 million today. And again, Tori, a couple years from now, that might just barely put him in the top 10 of highest paid quarterbacks with the wave of the next wave that's coming up after him.
It seems like everything just gets higher and higher. And sometimes these quarterbacks, like Jordan Love, makes sense. To pay Jordan Love top dollar makes sense to me. Now, like I said, Kirk Cousins, his contract, it didn't make sense. So it just depends on the organization and how they see their future. And I believe that Jordan Love is the future, and you want to make him happy. You want him to get a good competitive wage so he can play well.
Is there a number that's too much, though? You said make him happy, but there's a number that you say, oof, I can't make you that happy.
For reference, $55 million a year is Joe Burrow number one.
I think it's in the range, 50 to 55 million. Anywhere in between there, I won't be upset.
I think that's fair. I really do. And it'll be interesting, like Tori said, when Green Bay is in these negotiations, it's not just going to be all like happy-go-lucky. Like, this is business at the end of the day. They're already trying to get out of a lower lease payment with the city of Green Bay, so I can't believe they're going to cut some slack on some contracts they're going to do here. We put it up on Twitter either late last week or early this week. I mean, I guess early this week is yesterday because it's Tuesday. What do you think's more likely? The Packers miss the playoffs or make the Super Bowl?
I'm aiming for the NFC Championship game.
That's not what I asked.
I already put a bet down on the Super Bowl, and Sports Illustrated have put the Packers at the top 5 teams to make the Super Bowl. But when I said it, I got a little pushback.
So what you say what do you think it is? Are they more likely to make the Super Bowl, or are they more likely to miss the playoffs?
And honestly, in my heart, the response I want to say is we got to win the NFC Championship game, which will lead to the Super Bowl.
Exactly. So you're saying the same thing that I said.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I mean, I just want to win the NFC, which goes into the Super Bowl.
You ain't got to explain nothing because you know what? I said it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who else said it? Brian Bulaga said it. He played offensive tackle for the Green Bay Packers.
Here comes the time that
Jason
Kyle
Wilde said it
takes
as
what
well.
other people says for his argument, but
Torrey,
when they're against him, he won't reference them.
Torrey, you are in great company. You are with a sports writer of the year. You are with a future Packer Hall of Famer in Brian Bulaga. You are with a WBA award winner in Kyle Wallace.
Hey.
You are in great company.
Hold on, I've won several of those.
Exactly.
Several.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
He doesn't have enough. He doesn't have hands.
And I'm handsome.
I respect. I respect.
Powerful.
I respect the Super Bowl prediction, but man, I mean, you have to have everything work in your favor to make a Super Bowl. Everything. And there's a number of different things that can go wrong in order to miss the playoffs. I don't think that's going to happen, but if I had to choose make the Super Bowl or miss the playoffs, that's for almost any team, not even just the Green Bay Packers, but including the Green Bay Packers here. I got to say, miss the playoffs because anything could happen. Anything could happen to have you do that. Could be injuries, could be bad performances, could be the defense not.
Don't
not
put that
blocking
juju out there on the
I
field.
know. I forgot. There's around
frequency.
Torrey and Kyle. We can't say anything negative because the frequency gets messed up.
Or Sports Illustrated.
Apparently, that's the Holy Bible is for the Green Bay Packers this year. The top 5 teams to make the Super Bowl.
Yes, yeah.
What we listened to today. Bump it, Strove. What are we doing back there?
This is BBL Drizzy. From
Can you
Metro
say
Boom.
it in a sentence, please?
BBL Drizzy, this is a diss track to Drake from having a BBL, like a liposuction on his ass.
Really?
Called the Brazilian butt lift. That's what BBL stands for.
Yeah. So now they got.
I learned about that.
They got a song
Did we
called
learn about
BBL
that on the
Drizzy.
show?
Wait.
I was talking about BBLs with somebody. I was like, is it like a well-known acronym?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it. So what does that tell you?
It tells me that I'm out of the loop.
Metro Boomin and Drake had some disagreements. So Drake told him to shut up and be quiet and make drums.
Beat some drums.
So he
make
put
some
out a
beats.
free beat for anybody to rap on called BBL Drizzy. So now it's all across the world. Everybody's rapping on this beat.
This beat?
Talking about Drake having
A Brazilian butt lift.
yeah.
Torrey,
Wow, that's powerful.
do you know how to freestyle?
We ain't gonna try it today.
Why not?
Hey,
Powerful.
because I don't know what I'm gonna say.
That's a brilliant move by that rapper to then get an army of rappers.
Boy, he's not even a rapper.
Kyle?
He's a beat maker.
Oh.
You said what?
Brad, anyone open to freestyle?
No.
Kyle Wallace.
No, Kyle Wallace isn't here to freestyle. Kyle Wallace is here to talk sports.
Hey.
Boo!
Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Kyle Wallace.
Hey, look. I just got off my show talking about missing people. I don't know what's gonna come out of my mouth right now.
Well, let's not go there then. That's Torrey Lowe on a Torrey Lowe Tuesday. We appreciate you too, Lowe.
Hey, look, I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all soon. Go, Pack, go!
Want Kyle to tell us about how people can keep their home value up.
Oh, absolutely. You can definitely keep your home value up, not with BBLs, but with Universal Windows Direct. Spring is here and it's only going to get hotter from here. And do not cool off the outside this year. I want you to call my friends at Universal Windows Direct. They have this super spacer technology, right? It helps keep the edge of the glass warmer. It holds the window seal longer. And guess what, KBN? It makes the window last up to 5 times longer than other window systems. Plus, Universal Windows Direct, they back it up with a true 20-year warranty. And y'all know my favorite thing about them. If you call today at 414-410-2000, remember, for every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. But guess what? It doesn't stop there. Buy 4, get 4. Buy 20, get 20. Listen, you can buy so many windows and you get the other windows free. Get your whole home done by buying some windows and getting the other rest of them free. Plus, they have 0% financing for 60 months, and updating your windows with Universal Windows Direct means extra protection from the elements outside. So call again today at 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate. And remember, 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years. But remember, restrictions apply. Tell them I told you to call them and get an additional $250 off your next project. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to UWD.com. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
On YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, Brad Nortman has a video predicting the Green Bay Packers 2024 schedule. We go into his rationale. That's next. And a surprise
This
guest
is
at 3:30
Kyle Brust and
or 4:30.
Nortman.
Ben's pretty good at impersonations.
Hey, he's pretty good.
I will give him that.
Either
I'll give him that.
or suck at it. He's pretty good at faking it.
Yeah. Yeah, being a faker.
Yeah, that's
exactly what it is.
Well, that's what acting is.
Why can't we come together?
Yeah,
you
were very creative in faking it. Good job.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We've got a bunch of issues out on the road. Highway 175 northbound at I-94 in the stadium interchange. We got a crash blocking the left lane. We've also got another incident on Highway 100 northbound, just north of Oklahoma Avenue. The two right lanes are blocked on Highway 100. Also a crash on the ramp from 27th Street to westbound 894, complicating things. And one other accident on Highway 67 northbound, just north of I-94 off on the right shoulder. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, clearing skies, a low of 46. Tomorrow, all day sunshine, high of 62 at the lakefront, 70 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
94.5 ESPN is the home for Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN Radio.
Gone! Austin Riley! It's a two-run homer and the Braves have the lead.
On Sunday night, it's the Braves hosting the Padres in Atlanta.
That one back on its way. Gone! Home run Manny Machado, and he knew it.
Our Sunday Night Baseball coverage begins at 5 p.m. right here on 94.5 ESPN and streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app.
I'm Monica Kessler.
Monica makes sure that everything at Kessler's is worthy of a lifetime warranty.
The quality of your ring is incredibly important when it comes to diamond setting, ring sizing, and repairs.
Monica has been part of Kessler's since she was 6 years old.
Let me tell you how to judge the quality of the jewelry you're buying.
It's easier than you think.
All you have to do is read the warranty.
Most stores offer a 5-year warranty, but Kessler's offers a lifetime warranty, the strongest in the world.
We can do it because we put more gold in your jewelry.
When a jeweler wants to make a bigger profit, they put less gold into the jewelry. This makes it thinner and easier to break.
Theirs might look like ours at first glance, but Kessler's jewelry is made not to break, and that takes more gold.
We give you a lifetime warranty because our jewelry is made to last forever, just like your love.
Gold is more than $2,000 an ounce.
Kessler's gives you more gold, a lot more gold.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
Don't put your life on hold to earn a degree. Lakeland University has a long history of making students' dreams come true. Since 1862, build a schedule that meets your needs with options for 7- and 12-week courses, evening classes, and the ability to join classes remotely. Lakeland University is Wisconsin's leader in evening and online education. They have a main campus in Sheboygan County and 6 centers throughout the whole state. Lakeland University, affordable, quality, flexible. Find out your next steps at info.lakeland.edu.
This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my favorite go-to drink. That's Carbless. Carbless is a ready-to-drink, handcrafted vodka and tequila cocktail. Even better, it's 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten, and just 100 calories. And listen to this, less carbonation. This leads to less bloat. I can indulge in something delicious without having that health guilt. Carbless is crafted right here in Wisconsin. It has a flavor for everyone, from black raspberry to cranberry, pineapple and lemon, and my favorite, margarita. Find Carbless online and at a retailer near you. Less is more.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and there is one thing I think everyone can agree on. Potholes stink. And this year's weather will make it one of the worst years yet. Well, Johnson & Sons Paving is ready to take on the challenge with a team that has over 2 decades of experience. When the potholes pop up in your asphalt, Johnson & Sons Paving can patch or replace the whole area. Book an appointment now at johnsonsonspaving.com. Get that appointment booked before May 31st, and you might even see Old T on the job site for a visit. Find full contest details at ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We are live. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. 800-990-3776 if you want to text or call. But also on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, Brad Nortman has a prediction of each Green Bay Packer game's 2024 schedule. And I'm not going to lie, I like the reveal. It's fun. You have cute little like ho 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 for Christmas.
Yeah, I've got a sheet of paper, blank paper above every one, and I go one by one and bam, bam, rip it away, reveal it week by week with a little bit of commentary too.
Now take us through what players in the NFL and what fans of the NFL should be looking for. Because, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I can't wait for the schedule release, and I'm going to over predict everything. I'm not going to know who's good when they're going to play them. They could be better when we play them, but everyone looks ahead and everyone loves to look at the schedule.
Oh my gosh, the schedule release is such a strange, excited thing to be juiced up for because you already know the opponents, you know where you're going to play them. You just don't know when you're going to play them. But darn it, do I love it! As a player, here are the things you look for. You look for. Tausch mentioned it a little bit earlier. You look for your main bye. You don't want it to be too early. You don't want it to be too late. What is the week that we're going to get off?
Is that the first thing?
Very first thing. When's the bye?
Oh, wow. We're looking for when we're off.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right? Well,
Exactly.
I mean, it makes sense.
Critical?
It's literally barbaric. Like, they're out there crushing skulls. Like, I'd want to rest, too.
Yeah.
When do I get my first bye?
Exactly.
When do I get to take a vacation?
And because there's something about compartmentalizing the schedule, and the bye presents a natural compartmentalization of it. The other thing you look for is when's my mini bye, aka when's the Thursday night game? Because not only is it comforting to get a little bit of payback on the back end of it. You get usually a slight review on Friday, but you get Saturday, Sunday, maybe a Monday on walkthrough, and then Tuesday off. You got to know when I get my mind right for a short week. Yes, Ben.
From a player's perspective, when do you believe is the best buy and mini buy timing?
I prefer a mini buy early. I like that to be like week 4, 5, something like that, because you're not so beaten up that a Thursday night game feels really punitive. If you get like week 13, Thursday night game, those are painful. I'm not speaking from my own experience, obviously, as a puncher.
You didn't need to
but in
let us know.
We know.
Okay. In conversation, that's what guys say is we prefer it earlier. First half of the season. Get your little taste of a mini buy after that. That way you can do training camp. You got a chunk of the season you can just get your mind right for. You feel fresh enough to do the mini buy Sunday into a Thursday game. You prefer your buy, your legitimate buy, to be like week 12, week 13. You want it to be a little bit back end where you can just take your buy, get some mental and physical rest for the final push of the season. So a perfect case scenario would be the season broken up in thirds. It starts in a first third, ending with a mini bye with your Thursday night. You go through another third of the season, breaking that up with the real bye. That's the perfect way to set it up. Oftentimes it doesn't work out for that. That's why guys.
This is great because I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be looking at the mini bye and the bye now when the Packers schedule comes out.
Here's what guys will hate. Come out week 4 is the mini bye, and then week 8 is your bye. Those are way too close together, and you'd like to have those more spread out.
And then those injuries could compound late in the season with no break.
If you know week 9, you have no more breaks.
Oof.
That is brutal. So that's what I'm looking for. Also looking for holidays, prime time, and rivalry games, right? So if I'm the Green Bay Packers, I'm looking at, am I playing on Christmas Day? Am I playing on Thanksgiving? When's Sunday night? When's Monday night? When's the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions? Yes, Ben.
Do you like playing on holidays as a player?
I do, but I also didn't play in enough of them for me to get sick of them.
He played for the Jaguars. That's a rarity.
I played.
So it was a special occasion.
Maybe a Thursday.
They celebrated playing on holidays.
Additional Thursday night.
We got prime time
for the
in Jacksonville.
Dang, for the Panthers.
He had property in London.
Yeah. So these London games were fun. The Thanksgiving Day game I played with the Panthers. So that's what Super Bowl year, played on Thanksgiving. That was a lot of fun. Looked forward to that. And then everybody played on Christmas Eve one year because it just happened to fall on Christmas Eve. So to do that once was fun. Cool. But then to go through and do it again, if I had to, I'd be like, I've already kind of done this. I want to stick to the schedule. Not going to lie. People are creatures of habit, just like NFL players. They want it to be as habitual as possible.
Holidays, prime time, rivalries.
So that's what I'm thinking as a player. Now, as a fan and as a schedule maker, the NFL allows for only 6 primetime games in the initial schedule. That does not include holidays. So you can have as many as, and primetime means like standalone, Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night. So you could have as many as 6 of those initially and still play on Christmas or Thanksgiving. So you're looking at Dallas, Green Bay, Kansas City, these big ones to probably do a maximum amount of 6 games.
But
now,
do you want to do primetime games? Do you prefer like the late start, like as
No,
somebody, as a fan, is then also doing the Green Bay game day show? Like, I don't really want to do the late night show. I'd rather get the early morning show.
Generally,
I want to watch the late night show after I play.
It's fun. It does feel different. Sunday night football feels way different than a noon kickoff. That's for sure. But you don't want to have to stack too many of those together. You prefer just to get up and play football, do the same thing over and over and over again. So a lot of times these games come with so much juice that you're just like, you get excited for. But to do too many of those can have a fatigue factor. I am actually a big believer that Dallas Cowboys, they fall prey to a primetime fatigue.
Yeah.
That they get so many primetime games, there's a fatigue factor in it, and then they're always burnt out by the time it comes to the playoffs. So
real quick, before you go through it, when you know you're the primetime game, is that something like a weight that you wear, knowing that you are marquee? So like, oh, we're in this primetime slot, that means that we're a good team, and so their expectations kind of get on top of you where we got to perform?
No, I don't think so. It doesn't really change your approach. It just changes the timing of everything, and you just wait around to have to play football, right? With Sunday night, Monday night, you're just, by the time the game starts, you're just playing the game.
Okay.
It's just the distraction leading up to it. There's more media, there's more production stuff.
Because my quarterback's going to be in a lot of primetime games this year.
Here is a thing that I want fans to look for. A couple of things. I'm not going to go through the whole schedule. You can find that on YouTube.
As a player, gave some reasons what you're looking for. Bye weeks, mini buys, holidays, primetime rivalries. Brad Nortman taking us through what we should be looking for when the Green Bay Packers schedule release comes tomorrow.
Here are a couple predictions that I have. I think the Packers are going to play the Chicago Bears in primetime early. In my schedule predictor, I've got them week 4 as sort of a standalone afternoon 3:30 game. This always happens. There's always a Sunday night game going into a Monday night game. The Packers did that last year. Almost every year, a marquee team, whenever they play on Sunday night, they always follow up with a Monday night. So look for when that happens for the Green Bay Packers. Those 2 weeks are long weeks. Sunday night football, then Monday night football, then the third week is an easy trap game. So in my schedule predictor, I have the Packers playing the Sunday night football against the San Francisco 49ers, Monday night against the Detroit Lions, and then a noon game against Indy. Who knows if that's right, but that would be a classic trap situation. You got Niners Sunday night. You got Lions Monday night. Oh, and then we just have Indy at noon. Those are always a trap, that third game. I also think the Packers...
Love me a good trap game as a better.
You love a trap game as a better?
Oh, yeah. I'm always looking for those. Where's the look-ahead spot?
You always have your head on a swivel, Ben.
Of course.
When it comes to betting. I do believe the Packers play on Christmas.
Oh, what day is Christmas this year?
It's a Wednesday.
Wait,
There are 2 Christmas Day games.
The NFL is savage. I don't even know how that. How does that?
I'll watch it all.
How does that even work in the week? What do you play, like the Saturday before, and then you play Wednesday?
That's exactly right. You play the Saturday before, and then you play Wednesday. So I have the Packers playing Saturday the 21st.
Player safety, boy, they love it.
Or the 20th, and then playing Christmas Day. Here's why. This is the first time the NFL is nudging into the NBA with their territory.
The NBA is not getting the ratings that would be like, hey, NBA, that should be Christmas Day.
And
There's not. And the NFL does numbers no matter what. And people are making fun of Brad's Punters or People 2 shirt on YouTube.
Hey,
but
just getting the message out there.
Mini buys, it all could be good for a lot of these teams if they invested in QC Kinetics.
That's right. Because you're talking about when are you going to be healthy? When are you going to be feeling good? When are you going to be at your best? QC Kinetics can help you answer those questions right there. Because QC Kinetics will help you deal with that nagging, painful joint pain that you've been experiencing for far too long. Especially right now when the weather's getting nice, now is exactly the time to say, you know what? Joint pain no more. Knees, hips, shoulders, and back. I am going to feel better, and I'm going to use QC Kinetics to be like one of the tens of thousands of patients around the country that do feel better, that have their lives back now. Like Patrick, who loved to play golf. Dude couldn't even walk because of knee pain. After his QC Kinetics regenerative treatment for his knees, he's back. He has best handicap in 15 years. Love that for you, Patrick. Or like Julie, doctor told her the only way she could get relief is with a knee replacement. She went to QC Kinetics for a second opinion. Fast forward, no surgery. She's riding her bike and going for hikes and feels great. I could see many of you doing that in Wisconsin summer. QC Kinetics is at the top of its game, with National Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup being a pioneer in this field. 20 years of clinical work, tons of research, teaching, and publishing. Do not wait. You could be the next story that I'm telling on the air with QC Kinetics. So call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
The big boss, the big suit man, the market manager of Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, Greg Scalzo, former co-host of mine of Scalzo and Brust, joins Kyle, Brust, and Nortman next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
You should be happy Pac-Man Jones had this on his headphones, or he definitely would have pulled up on you.
I think Pac-Man's lucky I didn't have this on my headphones.
Oh, you right.
I would have been. I'm really feeling swaggy and confident.
You say, yeah, you're in my space. What you gonna do?
Because even just hearing the song, like, for those who on the YouTube, they can see I'm bobbing my head right now. Like, this is like, okay.
Go ahead, say ski.
Ski.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We've still got a few issues out on the road. In the stadium interchange, northbound 175 right at I-94. We've got the right shoulder blocked with the crash. Also on 894 westbound, that earlier accident that was on the ramp from 27th Street to westbound 894 has just gotten cleared. Delays are still sticking around there. It's partly the accident and it's partly the construction. We've also got on Highway 100 northbound right about at Dakota Street. This is just north of Oklahoma Avenue. Just the right lane is blocked now with this crash, so hopefully they'll be able to get that out of there soon. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, clearing skies, a low of 46. Tomorrow, all day sunshine, a high of 62 at the lake, 70 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. To book your next tee time, call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com. Enjoy golf. Enjoy the Bog.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
I'm joined by Dr. Rick Papandrea. What's the process when deciding if someone needs surgery or not?
The surgeons here are just that. We are surgeons, but all orthopedic surgeons evaluate a patient and attempt to get them better without surgery. And then we have other non-surgeons here as well. Everybody is coordinated to get people better. And if we can do that without surgery, great. It's typically the best way to get somebody better. But there are just certain injuries that won't get better on their own. They fail to get better without surgery, or they're clearly such that they need surgery.
Does someone's personal interest and feelings play into medical decisions?
We have to look at the patient and decide what's best for them. It's always good to ask the doctor, what would you do? But I always turn that back around and say, well, I'm not you. Let's look at what you need, because some patients may have the exact same sort of needs that I have, but what I need or what I think will work isn't always the best thing for the patient given their specifics.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance. And you can weather any storm. You'll also save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote. Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The biggest names in the basketball world.
Dame Dollar Lillard.
Having fun and honest conversations.
He puts it in the shoe, right? And sets the tone for brothers and sisters and family.
Every week, Thanasis Adetokounmpo sits down with special guests on Thanalysis Show. Presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel and curbless, ready-to-drink cocktails.
Fantastic.
Find Thanalysis Show on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. And on YouTube by searching Thanalysis Show.
Spending more time at home? Don't forget that 94.5 ESPN's on your smart speaker. Just ask Alexa to open 94.5 ESPN. 94.5 ESPN on Alexa is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Alex Strofe with the great bump back song. Sound familiar? It might. It might not. I'm Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. Strofe, why did you play the song you played?
Well, back in the day, there was this wonderful radio show that I was a big fan of called Scalzo and Brust. They did this daily segment called Wonder Zero. This was the song that played behind it.
There it is. Joining us now was the Scalzo of Scalzo and Brust, now the big boss, the suit man, the brain trust behind everything we do. He put us together. Us four are together because of this man. Greg Scalzo, welcome to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
All you needed to do was get rid of me, and you guys win some big hardware. Best show in the state of Wisconsin right here, KBN Nation.
Got rid of the dead weight. Am I right?
Nice.
Thanks.
Nailed it.
Thank you. Greg, I saw Josh DiMaggio getting very upset, our former producer of Scalzo and Brust, because I'm 16, 11, and 1 in Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Your thoughts on that?
Did you win today?
It was 8-4.
8-4.
I mean,
crushing victory.
You guys got to end the segment, right? Or do you just look at it as sort of well, Kyle, you read all the questions?
No, Kyle takes a
questions.
nap during the segment.
So maybe that's why these guys like it. But like the whole idea of the segment was to make Ben to not even make him look like an idiot, to reveal his idiocy. And if you guys are asking him questions that he knows the answer to, like nobody wants to hear Ben get questions right.
He did very well today, but I will say I think the crop of, and I love KBN Nation, but the 2 to 5 crop, or 2 to 4, 2 to 3 crop.
It's at 3 o'clock on Tuesday.
I feel like you have more.
Are you calling them dumb?
No, I'm not calling them dumb. I'm just saying from 4 to 6, there's a lot of hardworking people get off between 4 and 6.
This is the Jerry Springer, the Maury crowd right here.
Yeah, exactly.
I would love to know the average caller for Scalzo and Brust, what they received as a score throughout the entirety of the show.
Should we
KBN does.
ask for a resume? Like, what was your GPA in high school?
I mean, if Ben got an 8 today, I don't know. I think I could count on one hand how many times Ben got an 8 or higher.
Yeah, what was the usual score for Ben on
Ben
Scalzo
was
and
hovering,
Brust?
I would say average between 4 and 5.
I was going to say 4 to 8.
I mean, but it's an average, Ben. That's a range. You're giving me a range. He asked for an average.
I would say...
here he comes being a jerk.
I'm not being a jerk.
He's being obtuse, right? Like,
obtuse.
Yeah, for sure. Because you have to think about how many repeats of questions Ben has gotten over 5 years he just knows the answer to now.
I didn't know the fault, Ben Stroh.
I asked 15 questions that have never been asked before today. Our caller got 4. Ben got 8. That's not my fault.
That's not true.
Well, it's definitely not true. I can speak as somebody who's answering the questions. I got this one wrong again today, Greg. The smallest country in the world is Vatican City. Yeah. My brother Jonathan texted me after and goes, I took a picture this last summer in Vatican City and sent it to you so you would never get that question wrong. I still got it wrong.
Cool.
Nice. So some repeats work is what I was going for.
Yeah, but my point is Strofe, this is on you. You either got to find a way to get better questions, or what are we doing?
Yeah, grow up, man.
I've been here 3 weeks. He's 2 and 1. He's
Here
2
we
and
go.
1. He's 2 and 1.
Excuses are like Strofes.
2 and 1 is not good.
What's his record overall since the show has come about?
16, 11, and 1.
So I'm hitting the average.
Yeah,
I used to shoot to win 1 a month.
Correct.
Did you really?
The average, I think the over-under on the year was like 10.5.
We lost a prize sponsor because I was losing so much.
Yeah, they were giving out too much product.
I said, whoa, what we signed up for?
Yeah, I didn't know he was going to lose that
for free.
Bringing in Greg Scalzo, market manager of Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. You piqued my interest because you said something about this whole Jared Goff, Jordan Love conversation. Because we put it out on Twitter. Do you think that Jordan Love should make more? Right when it came out yesterday, so I had a day to breathe. And 55% of people said no, he shouldn't make as much as Goff. 45% of people say yes. Where are you at in this Goff-Love conversation?
He should make more, but just by a little amount, and that's because he got the contract after Goff. Like, that's how contracts work. Brad, you spent time in the NFL. It's like, all right, if he's at, what is he, 53, 54? 53 million, like Jordan Love should get 54 and a half. Like, that's the agent's job, is to use that as the benchmark and to grow that to that next level. I don't think because Goff is at 53, Love should get 62.
Yeah, but who do you think will end up being worth the money more?
I think, well, all right, so when it's all said and done, I think Goff will have had the better career than Jordan Love.
Oh, that's a joke.
Wow.
That's a complete joke. What do you mean better career than Jordan Love?
Why don't you let him speak?
Already, Jared Goff has had a really good career. Like, he's made three Pro Bowls. He's he's been to the Super Bowl, right? He's already appeared in a Super Bowl. That's as much as Cam Newton ever did.
How many points did he score in that Super Bowl?
Not many.
Did they ride his back to that Super Bowl?
Not many.
They shipped him out of town.
But you know,
after that Super Bowl.
But you know who else didn't score a lot of points in that Super Bowl was Tom Brady. And Tom Brady is Tom Brady. The last 2 years, Goff has had statistically better seasons than Jordan Love. And he's positioned in he's thrown for more yards, had better quarterback
less touchdowns.
ratings. Less touchdowns.
In year one, Jordan Love was the better quarterback. If you had to pick between quarterbacks, are you picking Jared Goff or are you picking Jordan Love to lead the Packers next year?
That's a tough one.
No, it's not. What, is it Jordan Love and Jared Goff? You got experience and a guy that's going to have a better career versus a guy that only had 8 good games, according to a lot of people.
You're changing the conversation, but I will answer your question. I would still take Jordan Love because I think that the ceiling on Love is higher.
There we go.
I think it's a much safer bet to say that Jared Goff is going to, when all is said and done, going to have had a better career. The guy's thrown for over 4,000 yards in 4 of his seasons already. Like, he's put up good numbers. People don't give a lot of respect to Jared Goff, but he threw for 4,500 yards last year, throwing at 67% completion percentage. That's both significantly better than Jordan Love. And I view touchdowns as more of a regressive stat than when you're talking about completion percentage, yards per attempt, and things like that.
I think, Jared Goff is known as a universally good quarterback. Not great. Great moments, definitely not elite. Would you be satisfied if Jordan Love's career was reflective of Jared Goff's?
If I'm a Packers fan, yes, I'm happy if he gets a Jared Goff.
Super Bowl loss so far, 2 championship games.
Consistently throwing for over 4,000 yards. He got to the NFC Championship
elite, just good.
Last year. Do you hope for elite? Absolutely. Could you really complain if he ends up as a good Pro Bowl level quarterback? And I know the Packers went from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. Everybody anticipates the bar is higher. But
how many of these are alternate Pro Bowl selections?
All right, so now you're now you're getting in the weeds.
Not in the weeds.
That's their first question after that is how many of those were Pro Bowl alternates?
That's what I'm saying is that we're saying he's this, he's that, but nobody's ever saying I want Jared Goff as my quarterback like that. The Lions had no choice but to keep Jared Goff because they finally got a franchise quarterback, then brought them stability to their franchise. You got to keep him.
In Jared Goff's 3rd season, right, his 2nd season starting, he threw for 4,700 yards, 32 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. 65% completion percentage, and ended up with 101.1 quarterback rating. It's a better statistical season than what Jordan Love had. He made the Pro Bowl. The year before, like his first year starting, he made the Pro. Like, he had good seasons. People want to dismiss it because he had a dip in his career when he had no weapons, when Todd Gurley completely dissipated, when the rest of the league figured out how to defend the Sean McVay offensive system before McVay ultimately revamped that. I do think that if I were to bet right now, who has a better career when all is said and done, it's dumb money to put that on Jordan Love because you're basically playing it all on potential. If I'm picking out who I want my quarterback to be, to your point, I'm taking Jordan Love because you're doing it off of potential.
Yeah, you just said it.
I just was going to see if you were going to ask him how many Pro Bowl alternates Todd Gurley had.
There's a difference between making the Pro Bowl. This year, it was a complete joke who went to the Pro Bowl.
It seems like for Jared Goff,
alternates.
Well, that's good.
It seems like for Jared Goff, he's always like a part of the team that is successful. He never feels like he's the reason the team is successful. Jordan Love was the reason this team was successful.
How do you say that about the last 2 years with this Detroit offense?
They have the best offensive line in the league. They have a sound running game. The best offensive mind in the league.
The Packers have a good offensive line. Jared Goff made that thing go. When have the Lions ever been good in your lifetimes? And then Jared Goff gets there. He puts together 2 great seasons that are better statistically than what Jordan Love
I never thought I'd see the day that Greg Scalzo would have to change his bio from Aaron Rodgers' #1 supporter to Jared Goff's #1 supporter.
I'm not his #1 supporter, but I think he's one of these guys that the negative narrative has just stuck with him. To me, you plug in how many other quarterbacks with that Detroit team the past 2 years that have that level of success.
800-990-3776. I'm fascinated to see what KBN Nation would feel about Greg Scalzo's take. Make sure you tag him so he can get some mean replies. Dwayne in Sheboygan chimes in. The thing that's missing in Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust is Scalzo's intimidation factor. Brust wants Greg's approval and gets flustered when he's asking the questions. That's Dwayne in Sheboygan. So maybe we need a cardboard cutout of Greg just looking at me when I'm answering the questions.
You should come read the questions one week.
Ooh, that would be fun.
If you guys want to, we'll have Joshy DiMaggio
do the questions.
I will read the questions, and Ben will lose.
That is a good scientific theory, right? We have some independent, dependent variables.
Where did you find your questions, Stroff?
I wrote them all from scratch.
That's a problem.
Top of your head?
Do you know what one of the questions was today?
I Googled to make sure I knew what the answers were.
One of the questions was, what was the beer called in The Simpsons? A TV show that's rated, for 14-year-olds? He's asking them that question today. That's how low we got.
Earlier today you watched it in 4th grade.
Yeah, I watched it, but I wasn't supposed to. No, he didn't even know it. He had no idea. But I was like, this isn't a 5th grade question.
Well, I mean, they're not all going to. Some of them are going to be sports related. The one that was the worst was what round was Brad Nortman drafted in? That was a question.
That was a great question.
There's not a 5th grader in the world that knows that.
And he got it right.
Give him 15 sports trivia questions, and he will get no more than 5 correct.
That sounds like a fun twist.
I wanted to turn this thematic.
Huh?
Do a theme every week. Do you not know what thematic means?
I thought you.
Yeah, I didn't know. I know what you were talking about. I said,
That's a word, right, Greg?
That's a word, Stroke.
Now I'm looking
it's a good word
for that validation.
Norman knows words too.
He knows
so
words.
Does Kyle, for that matter.
He knows words, and I need Brad to tell us about his great investments because I do need to get to John Anderson before the Homer Hour because John Anderson had Doug Gottlieb, the new head coach at UW Green Bay. Some insight there, some stories that I saw on Twitter. So, Brad, you tell us about Bank 5-9 and how you're good with words with that.
I would love to because right now you're probably driving home. You're listening to us. You're cashing that paycheck. And you've earned it all week. It's time that money does a little bit of earning for you with this great offer from Bank 5-9 because you're earning money, you're saving money. But you can't stop there. Your money needs to start earning for you. And Bank 5-9, they have an opportunity for you by opening up a money market account today. With this money market account, you can get rates as high as 5.3% with Bank 5-9. You can do this all by working with a true local community bank. And don't stop there. They got great CD rates as well. They're doing this all in effect to make lives better. That's what Bank 5-9 is all about. The community and their customers. They're always looking for ways to make lives better. That includes your life. So if you're looking for more details, visit bank59.com/MM specials, member FDIC.
John Anderson joins us next before the Homer Hour.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I put my card in, I pump. When it clicks, I pull it out, I put it away, and I move on to my own.
That's what she said. Thanks so much, old T.
She pumps and moves on with her life.
Take it out, put it in, moves on.
That's what she said.
Come on, Kyle, keep up. That's Packers Hall of Famer. That was one of my better ones, and he's confused.
Well,
he's still fixated on Lola Bunny.
No, I don't think she says that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The biggest games of the NBA playoffs happen right here.
McConnell sends it to Toppin, who reverse jams on the alley-oop.
They can pop again. Jokic for 3. Good!
We are the home of the NBA playoffs on ESPN
Here's
Radio.
Kyrie putting Tucker on skates. 3 knocked down. Hit it! The shot of Game 6.
We're directing traffic with a right-hand dribble. Spins baseline, jumpers up and in. Working the Nuggets.
94.5 ESPN and streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app.
Lower prices. Those aren't words you hear too often these days. But at your local Milwaukee and Chicago area IKEA stores, they've rolled out new lower prices on hundreds of your favorite furniture and home furnishing options throughout the store, making it more affordable to give any room in your home a stylish makeover. Utilizing innovations in design, production, and packaging, we strive to cut costs and lower prices without compromising quality, passing those savings on to you. Visit your local IKEA stores to see what savings are coming next.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls, and right now, schedule your free in-home estimate, and for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. Plus, a free upgrade to triple pane glass, and they'll double your energy tax credit. Restrictions apply. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
On Thursday, May 30th, join Sharp Literacy for the 9th annual Unwrapped Milwaukee fundraising event from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Deco in West Allis. Unwrapped is an evening of community, creativity, and food. Top area chefs will create gourmet appetizer, entree, and dessert bites using McDonald's ingredients. The fundraiser will support Sharp's STEAM-based educational program, serving thousands of urban elementary students in 49 Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine schools. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
Spring fishing is finally here, and Fleet Farm has everything you need to reel in more fish this year. Upgrade your gear with the best brands like Rapala, Berkeley, and St. Croix. Find exclusive flicker sheds you won't find anywhere else, starting at $12.99. Get rod and reel combos starting at only $24.99. And shop our wide selection of fishing line that starts at just $4.99. Land top fishing gear and everything else you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
An unsuspecting driver at a Milwaukee barbershop.
I got an apprentice here shadowing me. I'm gonna put this hot towel on, man. About a good 3 minutes, all right?
The apprentice is Donald Driver.
So when you come here, you drive?
Yes.
Your car got seatbelts?
Yeah.
You wear them?
No.
Okay, but why not?
I don't want to.
But do you know you can get a ticket for that? I'm gonna give you a ticket. I bet you wish you buckle up now. Oh my God.
Donald Driver can't always be there to remind you.
Take it, click it. There we go. Click it or ticket.
And let's reduce fatalities on Wisconsin roadways. Sponsored by Wisconsin DOT.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Solutions for every stage of your life. This speaks truly to me. Starting out in a dorm room, first apartment, IKEA can have that for you. First home, living with children, that's me, which I want to get some nice outdoor patio furniture. That is just right where I'm at. There's a remodel in your life going to happen at some point, hopefully in your home. IKEA's there for you there. New lower prices all the time, reducing prices on hundreds of products throughout the store, innovating everything from design and production and packaging. So your transportation means lower prices on hundreds of items. They pass on savings to you at IKEA. So check out IKEA, where I'll be getting my nice new backyard patio furniture. Joining us now is John Anderson of ESPN. John, I hate when I do this, so I'm just going to preface with I apologize, because there's about 3 minutes and 50 seconds left before you join the Homer Hour, where you are guaranteed the full hour with Homer. First off, how are you?
I'm good. And listen, that's like when producers used to go, hey, I got to take this lead away. I'm like, I've been here 20 years and I'm going to be here God knows how many more. I'll have time. I'm not worried.
Love that. Well, now I'll just be even more late next time for you, John. You should have told me that. No, but I really did enjoy the little bit that I could watch during the break. You had Doug Gottlieb, the new head coach at UW Green Bay, on your program. I didn't get to hear everything in depth, but the first thing I will ask you, and I'm sure you guys addressed this, is how the heck do you balance being a head coach at the University of Wisconsin Green Bay with however long his radio program will be, when I'm hearing from all these college coaches how hard it is at every level, low, mid, high, major, to retain your own players, recruit the transfer portal, and recruit high school?
Yeah, I mean, that's a giant question. The thing I have is, like, it's from 2 to 4. Isn't that when basketball practice is? I don't know if you guys remember, like, a guy named Tom Brennan at Vermont. Remember Brennan? And he had his little kind of in the morning show. He did it with some other local DJs, and he did it at like 8 in the morning. Like, that's cool because not many people are practicing then. 2 to 4 seems to be a really odd time to have a radio show and practice. But it's a kind of a whole new world and a whole new set of circumstances with how it is. And maybe the idea of you got to beg somebody to come, you're going to have to beg for him to stay. So you're like, listen, if somebody's upset, they go, we just find a new guy and we move on. I think he's a guy that believes wholly that he can get it done. I'm anxious to see how long that holds, because I don't think those two can live in harmony a super long time. But I'm willing to give him a chance. I'm curious to see if kids think, wow, are you devoted to me or are you devoted to the program? And I think that might become more of a problem than time constraints do.
John, the big news yesterday was Jared Goff signing that big extension for the Detroit Lions. Man, you know how it works in the NFL. They just one up one another when it comes to quarterback contracts. Are you comfortable with the Packers potentially paying Jordan Love north of $53 million a year?
I'm not comfortable paying anybody with that, but that seems to be the going price, you know? Like, I'm not comfortable when I had to pay $3.89 for gas, but if
preach, brother, preach.
But if I was going to actually have my car move out of the driveway, I had to pay $3.89 for gas. So, I mean, you're stuck where it is, and that's they're lucky they're going to be able to, at least they could if they wanted to, get another cheaper year out of him. But I don't know that anybody's worth that. But if you're going to have a quarterback, that's what you're going to have to pay the guy. And if that's what you're going to pay Goff, then that's what you're going to pay. That's what you're going to pay Jordan Love. And at least the guy's going to make the money and be there, as opposed to last year when we paid $48 million for a guy that was in rehabbing his Achilles in New York.
Kyle, you have 30 seconds to talk to your kindred spirit, John Anderson. Go.
John, you should just be as excited as I am about the fact that Jordan Love is going to get this deal done. So we should be excited and celebrate that the Green Bay Packers, the Green Bay Packers are going back to the Super Bowl in the next 2 years.
Nobody gets what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. And if he gets to negotiate 53, good on him.
Good on him. John Anderson, 7.5. That's the high jump. Oh, you're going to hear about it next, baby, on the Homer Hour. In 2 minutes, don't go anywhere.